Wait. Boom. Boom.
Michael Martish. Brad Bender. Charles Bender.
Ready? Here we go. Hey everyone, and welcome to West Catholic High School and a big OK Blue matchup between 4-0 West Catholic and 4-0 Spring Lake here. Beautiful, warm September afternoon. Just had a little bit of a downpour, and but things have cleared up. The sun's out, and both teams are warming up. I'm Joe Sack, along with my brother Andy Sack, and he's subbing in for Tom Mikowski, who happens to be in Baltimore, Maryland, for a conference of some sort. I know he'd rather be here, but lucky we got Andy here to help with the game call and the analysis. He'll be doing the color tonight, and I got to step over into the play-by-play. But I want to welcome everybody here, and want to do a quick review of last week's game, West Catholic versus Unity Christian, Andy.
I tell you, Joe, I mean, first of all, it's great to be here. I mean, I've been here before, as some of you know. This is probably game number 10 or 11 where I filled in for either Joe or Tom. Just so you know, I was totally anticipating the call this week because some of you may or may not know, this is Nielsen ratings week. So every time I get the call, it's usually about 4 hours before it comes up. Hey, Andy, can you show up? You got to help out Tom and Joe's numbers. So, again, it's great to be here with Junior as always. We have a lot of fun. I'll probably take some cheap shots at him. He'll do the same to me, but we're here to call the game on just a beautiful night. And real excited about it, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're glad to have you. And thanks for sitting in. You know, it's the sibling rivalry enters the broadcast booth once again. But we'll get through this and hopefully enjoy the broadcast. Again, big game here in the OK Blue Conference. West Catholic coming in at 4-0. And the same thing with Spring Lake. West Catholic coming off of a big win against Unity Christian last week, away game played at Hudsonville High School. What a facility that is. And West Catholic coming away with a 68-27 victory there. West Catholic coming into this game, AP poll has got them at number 1 in Division 5, and the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association has West Catholic at number 2 behind our crosstown rival Catholic Central High School, and which has a 3-1 record and a loss to Wilmette Loyola in Illinois, their first game of the season. A few things to go over about last week's game. What a complete game the Falcons put in, both defensively and offensively. The majority of the points being scored by Unity Christian in the fourth quarter with the backup and depth players into the game. But West Catholic, very nice scoring, 14 points in the first quarter, 20 in the second quarter, 27 in a very good third quarter, and then they wrapped it up 7 points in the fourth quarter for 68 total. Unity Christian scoring 6 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter, and 14 in the fourth. We look across West Catholic, and of course their run game's been phenomenal, running 73% of the time to 27% of the passing, Andy, and that's led by Charlie DeBruin, and he had 7 rushing attempts for 119 yards and 3 touchdowns. Did a phenomenal job, averaging 17 yards last week per touch. And, I mean, that's just something else. What an impact for, a runner that's, had less than 10 carries.
Right. And you know what's good about that, too, Joe, is you talk about the run and pass ratio there, obviously, favored heavy towards the run.
Right.
But I think what's important to note is how efficient West's passing game is. Completing over 70% of the passes right now, and there's only been one turnover. So the ball protection very well from the quarterback. So you can say it depends on the game. I think coach is very confident to go either route, but certainly the run game and when that's able to grind the clock out, that certainly is probably option number 1. But clearly you'll be able to see it, and possibly tonight may have to lean a little more on the passing game. That's one thing that I'm going to be watching closely, and I'm sure you are as well.
Absolutely, and we take a look at the Spring Lake team as they warm up out here, and they're a sizable group. I mean, the offensive line, they've got some big boys up front, but it looks like their skill players have got some height and some size, and I'm sure that had a lot of bearing on their 4-0 record.
Yep.
Going back to West Catholic, though, alluding to your point about the pass game, Alec Wickstrom, another phenomenal performance, completing 10 passes on 13 attempts for 186 yards and 1 touchdown. No turnovers for the Falcons, few penalties as well. They've been playing very, very clean football. Receiving end, Ryer Snow had a great game, 6 catches for 99 yards. He had the bulk of it, and the rest was spread out with 1 catch apiece for Nolan Reinhardt, Cole Bowers, Connor Olszewski, and Carter Perry, just with a single reception. So really a run-heavy game last week, and I can see where you would say that might be something that they'll have to look at is that pass game against Spring Lake here.
Well, not only that, Joe, but okay, so run heavy. I think that's certainly traditional the way West wants to do it. But take a look at how they're doing it, and then when they're running, they're using different backs. But when they're throwing, like you said, multiple receivers, very difficult for defense when you know you have to stop the run. All right, so the teams are loading up on that, and then you want to usually look for a certain receiver. But here, the ball's getting passed around to multiple receivers in an efficient, safe way. Again, no turnovers, and that's just where it's critical for them. So look for ball security and really good decision making because you're right. As we're looking at the Spring Lake teams and certainly their defensive backs and their skill players, they are tall, lanky, good size, speed. So there's going to be a real good challenge tonight.
I think so too. We want to thank our sponsors here, starting off on the Fox Pools pregame show. Of course, Fox Pools, West Michigan's leader in both in-ground and above-ground pools, by West End Body. If you've had a mishap of your car, just call West End Body to get everything fixed up. By Melissa Homewood and the Lash Group of eXp Realty. By Shaner Avenue Nursery, Dubin Duba Attorneys at Law, Moore & Sons Roofing. Custom Caulking, Padgett Business Services, Frank's Market, and of course your Falcon Touchdown Club, helping fund the best high school football program in the state of Michigan. So moving along, last week's game, the impressive win also included some pretty heavy special teams play. This included a record-setting, tied for second in the state of Michigan. Nolan Reinhardt had 2 kickoff returns in the second half, 1 for 90 yards and 1 for 93 yards, each a score. And you want to talk about taking the wind out of another team's sails. They go down and score and have to kick to you, and you run it right down the field and score on a kickoff return. That's just huge. And special teams play has been very, very good for the Falcons this year.
Right. Yeah. And think about the confidence that brings, because you clearly it's three different teams that are out there: your offense, your defense, your special teams. So the coach, he knows in his back pocket, he's got quality returners, to break the game wide open. He's got to feel very comfortable with his kicking game right now.
Yeah.
He's got with Smith.
Landon Smith has been phenomenal. He hasn't. I think he's missed only 1 PAT this season, and then had that big game-winning 27-yard field goal against Coopersville.
Yeah, so
he's been doing a great job on his kickoffs. He's spreading the ball around the field, trying different things, and he can kick it away at any time.
Right. So. No, exactly. And obviously you've got an old soccer player there, and gets it from, according to his dad, he gets it from his mom, which I thought was interesting, because I know his mom was a college soccer player as well. But, so again, the different aspects of the game, and, just you're going to need it tonight against a very impressive-looking and certainly hungry Spring Lake 4-0 team.
Absolutely. So, taking a look, I put together some of the stats and whatnot, and a little bit to just grade the Falcons here. We're about midway through. We're at week number 5 already. I mean, it goes quickly every year. But just to take a look mid-season here and grading the Falcons, not only defensively, but, in our offense, at quarterback, Alec Wickstrom, last week, of course, against Unity, 10 of 13 for 186 and a touchdown. And season-wise, he is 33 of 43 for 589 yards, 6 touchdowns through the air, and 1 interception. He's averaging 77% completions. I mean, you don't talk about a kid that, makes a difference at the quarterback spot. He's doing a great job. He's well into the offense now of Landon Groves. Feels very comfortable, and I don't think Coach Grove really hasn't put him in any situations that he'd have to check down a number of receivers. He's got dedicated plays, and if they're not there, he throws them away. But there's very few of those. He's gone downfield a number of times. Has had a couple of 50-yard passes for touchdown, and I think just to grade him, I mean, I'm giving out A's today anyhow, right? I couldn't argue, right?
I mean, with the amount of notes and paperwork that I see that you
did. I did my homework today. Did you do any homework?
As a matter of fact, I did not. And here's the incredible thing.
He has
I
instant
still know
recall.
what I'm talking about. But again, what we talked about, though, Joe, efficiency.
Yeah.
And, again, West has been setting up the passing by the run game. Again, being a team sport, so you're not relying on one. So it takes the pressure off that quarterback when the safeties and the linebackers are thinking run first. So that opens up some lanes. Now tonight, again, we'll see what happens, but I think our QB play could be challenged a little bit more with Spring Lake. So we'll wait and see, but excited about that. So A for the quarterback. All right, perfect.
A for the quarterback. That was an easy one. Running back.
Well, I'm going to give that an A.
Okay.
I mean, that's what we're talking about.
Charlie DeBruin.
Yes. I mean, how can you not give him an A?
7 carries last week versus Unity Christian.
Is this your kind of A,
yards.
Joe, where you used to come, so just so everyone knows, so when Joe was at St. Anthony's, he would bring his report card home, and it was so funny. He would take the number 2 pencil, and he would, change the D to a B. He was really good at that. Then he'd spray it with hairspray. So.
Absolutely.
Okay, but I don't think we need to worry about any fixing of the grades right now.
I don't think so either. These are the Falcons, and they're for real. And Charlie DeBruin, last week, 7 carries, 119 yards, and 3 scores on the season. Only 56 carries, which is kind of surprising. 633 yards, 8 touchdowns. He's averaging 11.3 per touch. That's insane.
That's impressive.
And we saw this last year. Well, Timmy Kloska, phenomenal job that he did, best rusher ever here, at West Catholic. But that's where the bar's at, and Charlie DeBruin has done a really great job of coming close or near that bar this year, where you almost expect a letdown out of that. None of that's taken place here with Charlie.
Yep.
So every 7 carries results in a touchdown for him. That's a pretty neat statistic on that. And you got to credit the offensive line.
That's where I was waiting for you to go, Joe, because clearly nothing is going to happen for Charlie DeBruin or the last season without that offensive line. And that's something that you and I were talking about as we were watching Spring Lake warm up. I'm sitting there watching West's offensive line, and I'm thinking, wow, where's the is this the college team that it's just some really big guys out there.
Yeah.
And so being a team sport, they've done a great job, and they'll be have to really focus on that again today. So where's your grade on the offensive line that's got a running back that's averaging 11 yards a carry?
Again, I'm giving out A's today. We can't argue with that one.
I mean, this is halfway, Joe. So I hope somebody can improve on this team, because we don't want them to max out too early.
Exactly, and he's got a lot of support behind him. Mike Murphy's done a tremendous job. He's got Connor Olszewski, and Connor's done a really nice job this year. So all in all, the running game, an A for all of them. Through the air, the wide receiver position, and any of the guys that are catching footballs. Ryer Snow, big day last week. 6 receptions for 99 yards. Perry, Olszewski, Reinhardt, Bauer, each with 1 catch we saw. But a great day, 6 receptions for 100 yards, or a yard short of that, 99 on the day. For the season, Ryer has 10 receptions for 210 yards and a touchdown. That's a 21.9-yard average. Carter Perry's got 10 receptions for 102 yards and a score. 10.2 average for him every time he catches a ball. Connor Olszewski, 6 receptions. He's got 82 yards and a touchdown. Every time he touches the ball, it's 13.6 yards. So as a whole, your receiving core has 33 receptions on the season for 589 yards and 6 touchdowns. Just great numbers for there. Now, defensively, we love defense. You love defense.
Well, okay, great, Joe, but you didn't give him a grade.
Oh, we got to give him a
your
grade.
Statistics and your stats, and nobody's going to remember what you said on all that, but they're going to want to know what the grade is.
Gave him an A.
Hey,
Give him an A.
all right. So is there anybody on the offensive side of the ball that is below an A?
No, there's not.
Okay.
No.
Just so we recognize that.
Let's take
they're undefeated, so you know what?
As
we'll be
time
fine.
is running out here. No.
Are we already there?
No, we're not there yet. But
8:53. That's quite a scoreboard, by the way.
So moving along with the Fox Pools pregame
Beautiful
show.
scoreboard here. This is my
really
first game back this year. First game, actually, and beautiful.
Isn't that neat?
Yes.
Wait till you see the hype video come up on this thing
What
in
time
just
do the
a few
fireworks
minutes.
go off?
Well, that'll be after the game.
Okay, just so everyone knows,
Yeah.
before we go to the defense, I promise you, he's already got his grades. He's got all of his stats. Here's the beauty of it. I actually polled the team.
Yeah.
And I've got grades for the announcers.
Oh, no.
So I will give that
Oh,
once
no.
Joe gives
I hope
his,
you're part of the grading.
Well, I mean, somebody had to help the curve go up. But
Oh,
all right,
that's
so let's
funny.
talk defense.
Let's talk defense. So versus unit. You want to talk about spreading tackles out. These guys are all getting involved. Big one, offensive end, on the defensive backfield.
Right.
Who do you pick on if you're an opposing coach and you've got somebody out there? Who are you going to pick on? Underclassmen? Why not? Why not go with the sophomore, right? Aaron Record, sophomore, number 11. 14 tackles last week.
Incredible.
1 fumble recovery. 9 of those were solo.
Yeah.
You want to talk about stepping up?
He did.
Last week, Aaron Record, phenomenal job. David Brittenfield, 9 tackles. Nolan Reinhardt, 8 tackles. Charlie DeBruin, 7 tackles. Wyatt Fredrickson, big man, number 99 on that offensive line. I'll tell you what, he's the anchor there.
Yep.
He had 6 tackles. Chris Schaub was in there. Chaz Vida was in there. Mike Murphy. Schwieters, they're all in there. We take a look at the season. Brittenfeld, 20 tackles on the season. Nolan Reinhardt, 24 tackles. Charlie DeBruin, 25 tackles, 1 interception for a touchdown. Wyatt Fredrickson, he's got 22 tackles on the season. Chris Schaub has 19 plus an interception for a touchdown. Chaz has got 21. Mike Murphy's got 21. Schwieters has got 19. I'm talking about everybody's there on defense.
I mean, it's just an incredible amount of statistics. I can't believe you.
What
weren't
else
an
is there to
accountant.
talk about?
But here's the deal.
The grass growing?
Here's what
I
I
mean,
like
really.
seeing. Here's what I like seeing. And you know what? It's nice to see some of these games. Actually, what Lisa and I did for last week's game was we actually had on the Unity picture. So we watched that and we listened to you guys. You guys were like, I think you were behind it by
the play?
about 30 seconds.
That's
So we
usually
could
what
watch
we're
it,
doing
yeah.
here anyhow.
And they did not have announcing, so it was kind of weird actually. And we were trying to speed you guys up to we tried to fast forward you to make you talk faster to catch up to the play, but it didn't work.
There's a delay button.
But here was and then also at the Coopersville game, I've been very impressed with. And I'm going to give a shout out here to the Chaz Vida who came back. Some of you know Chaz. He's number 2 out there. He's the flag bearer. He is wearing a brace because he had hurt his knee, and Chaz has come back and has really, you talk about like one of the leading tacklers from the safety. I've watched him come up and really do some nice closing tackles to really support, from his safety spot. So that's been really good to see. So it really isn't in the coverage all that much, but I am going to wait to see what's going to happen tonight against these big Spring Lake receivers. So, great to have the secondary have such strong play last week by the sophomore, which is really good. But they are really going to need to step up because I have a feeling we're going to see some fireworks with. And here's the other thing to watch out. You mentioned beautiful night, but there was quite a shower here on the west side of Grand Rapids.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet it got the field
a little
wet.
a little slippery out there.
So advantage for that is going to go to the offense for both coaches. So maybe we see some fireworks through the air to see if they can test some of the footing of those defensive backs on both sides. So I look for that to happen today too.
Absolutely. We see the Falcons on their champions walk. They're about ready to enter the stadium. But I think we covered West Catholic very well. Kicking game, special teams, wide
what are you
receivers.
What are you going to give the defense? An
That
A?
defense gets an A.
They get an A. Okay.
We're giving A's out all
Special
day
teams?
long. Special teams gets an A. Are you kidding? 2 touchdown sets, ties for number 2 in the state for 2 touchdown kickoff returns, along with about 6 or 7 other.
And it's great. And you know what?
But
hey,
it's good.
In your 4-0 and against very strong teams that West has played so far, and we've got more coming up. But, so Coach has got to feel good. But I guarantee you might be giving everybody an A. But Coach Groves, he's probably got some C pluses and I'm guessing some B minuses and, pretty nuts. So West is going to be coming out, Joe. I don't know if you can flip the camera around, but it's like all the players have American flags. This is going to be quite a.
Well, let's take a look at. Let's cut out to the field cam here real quick, and we'll cover Spring Lake here in just a second. Let's see here. Boom, boom. Just learning how to. There they are.
Look at that.
How do you like this?
So this is really neat.
Technology is amazing.
Looks like all the players are carrying an American flag here on. This is the night where we're honoring the vets and also the first responders. Correct. So it's going to be pretty classy move here by West Catholic.
And we're continuing on the Fox Pools pregame show.
When did they get the bouncy house? That's kind of interesting.
Well, if you'd come to a game, you'd see this stuff.
This is like the second home game. So,
anyways, Fox Pools located on Alpine Avenue between 7 and 8 Mile Road.
Does anybody realize I didn't do any research before this? So this is great. I'm playing off Joe, but we're trying to do the best we can.
He's very agreeable.
Very agreeable.
Yeah. Fox Pools, West Michigan's best source for both in-ground and above-ground pools, featuring full-service showroom with chemical supplies and accessories, offering annual closing and opening service as well as repairs and installation. Fox Pools does it right. Taking a look at Spring Lake, they're a D4 school. Okay, so West Catholic again playing up. Every team they've played so far this year has been a 1,
I hear that.
3, and a 4.
West needs to. You know what? They need to play up, and that's okay.
It does.
So I don't
and it matters in playoff points. That's the big thing. Is
they want to be challenged.
Exactly.
And they should be challenged. So this is good.
So Spring Lake comes in 4-0 overall. 2-0 in the OK Blue. They have wins over Montague, Belding, Unity Christian, and Coopersville. And interestingly enough, Montague, Belding, and Unity Christian were all 34-28 victories.
Yep.
So one more of those. There was a writer in the M Live. He said if that game versus Coopersville last week had been 34-28,
right,
you got to play the Daily 4.
You do.
You do. It's just automatic like that.
Maybe they played the Daily 3.
They've done a great job this year, but no win over 6 points, and one win is 1 point. So they're coached by Cody Mallory. It's his second season at Spring Lake. Was 3-6 last season.
Yeah, he came down from Cadillac, right?
Came down from Cadillac, had 7 seasons up there. In 2020, he was the Division IV Coach of the Year.
Right.
And they were the Division V runner-up in a 15-42 loss to Jackson Lumen Christi.
Okay.
So, there's a little bit of success that they've got going on here. And, Cody Mallory's done a really nice job so far getting this team. And who wouldn't? Look at the size of these guys. Spring Lake is tied for number 10 in the D4 rankings with 3 other teams. West Catholic leads the series 6-2. Oh, don't do it. Oh, let's go back to us.
Well, I think they're going to want to stay on the band
just
here.
Hold on. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that in a minute.
I think it looks like we're going to do
just
the
don't touch
anthem.
the equipment. There we go. Okay.
Are we on us now?
Don't touch the equipment.
So which one of these is live, just so I know? This one?
Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah.
So you've got
say hi to everybody.
How come we don't have any, we need some end zone cameras or something?
Well, all we got's one to work with right now.
Line?
We just got one to work with right now. West Catholic leads the series. This is such a removal from what Tom and I do.
That's why you guys have me here during Nielsen Ratings Week.
Exactly.
You should. I've got my Apple Watch on. The thing is literally blowing up. So somebody is watching. I don't know what they're texting, but this is really cool. So
2022 West Catholic had a 41-6 win. In 2021, West Catholic 41-28. 2020, West Catholic won 14-12 in a tight one. And 19, Spring Lake won 42-0. And then West Catholic got a 38-21 win in 18, and then a 41-0 win in 2017. So we are going to switch over here right now to the field. They're getting ready for the national anthem.
Right.
And we'll cover a few more things. And they're talking about the honor game. There we go. So, yeah, let's...
First responders who have served, currently are serving, or have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom.
Let's just join our...
Thank you. We invite all those in attendance tonight who are active or retired military and all our first responders to please stand and face the flag as the West Catholic Choir now sings, My Country 'Tis of Thee.
Here's the West Catholic Choir. Very nice from the West Catholic Choir.
The flag flies proud here at West Catholic Falcon Stadium because of the bravery of all of our military and first responders. It is because of their sacrifices that all of us can now stand and remove our caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem performed by the West Catholic Marching Band.
And the West Catholic Marching Band with our national anthem, and do always a phenomenal job as we take a look at both. We take a look at both teams. They're getting ready on the sideline here, getting ready for kickoff.
Just had to say hi to Bernie.
Oh, Bernie. All right, let's cut back here real quick, and let's finish up here. Andy, take a look at the season scoring for both teams. West Catholic's put up 204 points on the season. Spring Lake 122. That's an 82 edge for West Catholic. And points against, West Catholic's let 74 points go here this season, and Spring Lake's 103, so there's a 29-point edge there. So West Catholic with the edge on both sides of the ball. West Catholic won the toss, and they deferred. They will play defense first here on the field. They'll be kicking off to Spring Lake as we cut back to the field for the beginning of tonight's game. Andy, thank you so much. There we go. We'll be back in a little bit. Landon Smith with a deep one. Takes a couple of bounces and taken at the 9-yard line. And that will be number 8, Bryce Collins, taking it for the Lakers.
Hey, Joe, just to let you know, so I did do my research, as I walked through the parking lot.
Sure.
I do this all the time. I hollered out to a bunch of the dads. I said, hey, give me the keys of the game. And I had 20 people surround me and just tell me like 20 different things.
That's great.
None of them wanted to give their name, though, for fear of retribution
Anonymous.
from someone. But here's some ones that I thought were pretty impressive, though. The secondary, and we've talked about this, they need to stay tight with these Spring Lake receivers. Tall, fast, very important. And then also one of the big things is to watch the dive. So we need to make sure the interior line is ready for that. And another big thing to be aware of is look for the triple option tonight from Spring Lake. They have done that. So again, three keys.
RPO,
Three keys for the defense. So need to have tight coverage on these receivers, stop the dive play, and then when that triple option happens, let's make sure we stick to our assignments. So that is the keys to the game from about 20 parents that surrounded me, and I thought they were pretty good.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna throw them out. I got the offensive ones too. We'll get them when the offense gets to the field.
Absolutely.
And the over/under on you saying absolutely tonight, according to Rick Kolaska, is 23.
Can we get to the game now? Are you done?
I think people would rather hear this.
Absolutely.
Hey, you're getting close.
All right. Is it 17 on the night, maybe?
It's 23,
Absolutely.
actually, and you're at about 7.
So, first two plays for Spring Lake while my brother Andy was talking. Results in a first down. Ball's going to be at the 36-yard line. And
so is the video aligned with when we speak here, or are we like 10 seconds too slow too?
Nope, this is all through YouTube, and spread that news that West Catholic Falcons on YouTube. You click the live button for the game time, and you'll have us.
You guys seem a lot happier with this setup, I think.
I definitely like it.
Good.
Sure.
Good. You had all those years with the other one, which was really good.
It was real good.
It's always good to try different things.
Yeah, Sam Schaefer on that carry. Gets himself 3 yards. Tackled by Wyatt Fredrickson. Big number 99. We see that the play calling on the Spring Lake side is quarterback Reed Grimmer heads over to Cody Mallory and gets his play and then jogs back on. So this is a game control. This is a time control situation for Spring Lake. Here's a fake handoff, a little bit of a pitch over to Ren Depphaus. Ren gets a couple of yards on that play. It's going to result in a 3rd and 5 now for
the Falcons.
That was
the first time we saw that triple option a little bit right there. You saw the dive play, and everybody stayed home, and then they followed the quarterback and his first pitch. So solid. Everybody played assignment football right there to force about a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, Joe, here from the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Grimmer comes in with the play from Coach Mallory. Also into the game is Colin Burt, senior wide receiver. Depphaus in motion, fake pitch to him, and a long pass picked off by West Catholic. And that's Nolan Reinhardt. Nolan Reinhardt with the first turnover of the game, West Catholic.
I'll tell you, Joe, what caused that pick, though, what it usually does is great pressure. So you had 2 Falcons get through to put pressure on that quarterback, and then the thing is he threw into triple coverage.
He did.
So you had Reinhardt back there, it was Vida, and then I don't know who the other one was, but triple coverage, and threw it a little long because of that pressure. Early turnover, West Catholic's in business at their own 37.
Right. We also watched Reed Grimmer had a little bit of a slip on his back foot. Might have had that ball sail on him a little bit. But here comes the West Catholic offense. And Alec Wickstrom with a quick handoff. Oh, this is a triple handoff now. Wickstrom finds he's got Cole Bauer. Cole Bauer with the big pickup. Ball was stolen out of his hands by George Duggins.
Been ruled down.
Duggins is a sophomore. Wrestled out of his hands, but he was already out of bounds. So big pickup for West Catholic. Excuse me, no, that was Ethan Stoner. That was Ethan Stoner, 31.
Ryer Snow was streaking down the field wide open, but I tell you, because of the pressure.
Here's Wickstrom with a flare pass out to Carter Perry. Carter trying to weave his way through a couple of tacklers, and he does. Gets 5 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5 now for the Falcons. Into the game now comes Cole Bauer, number 3. A little bit of a mess up there because we got a 31 on Ethan Stoner and a 3 on Bauer. Handoff now goes to Charlie DeBruin. He fights for about a yard on the play. Ball's inside the 30. It's going to be marked at the 29-yard line. West Catholic in a hurry up there. Set already. Landon Grove calls the play in. Alec Wickstrom sets up with Charlie DeBruin to his right. Here's the snap. Goes to Charlie DeBruin. He tries to find some room on the outside, and he's brought down hard. Tackled by Gabe Trask. Junior Gabe Trask.
Real solid defense by Spring Lake, stringing DeBruin out.
Now West Catholic looks like they're going to try to go for it here on 4th and 8, 4th and 7. Here's Wickstrom, drops back to pass, got good protection. He's looking downfield, looking, comes to the near side, and he's going to try to run it. He's going for it and goes back towards midfield, gets enough for the first down. He needed 7, got himself 9.
Had about 15 seconds to throw the ball.
Great protection.
Great protection, and Joe, what I want to see out of our receivers there is they were all looking. Nobody was breaking towards him. And that might be something that he will look on. But I tell you, great scramble by Wickstrom.
So 3 receivers to the far side, a little flare pass out to Charlie DeBruin. He's got 5, 10, and 15. He's down to the 5, and he gets to the end zone, fumbles it, but it was a touchdown as he crossed the plane before the ball came out of his hands. And West Catholic with their first custom caulking touchdown of the night.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, DeBruin just went in there. He ran through about 3 people, Joe. Real nice swing pass from Wickstrom and caught DeBruin in full stride. He broke about 3 tackles, and the last one, I think he carried the defender about 2 or 3 yards. Ball did come out, but definitely was a touchdown ruled by the official. And West Catholic on the board early. Extra point's good. Landon Smith. 7-0.
So nice job for West Catholic. Little flare pass from Alec Wickstrom, and they get on the board first. 7-0 at the 6:31 mark here in the first quarter. And West End Body since 1965. West End Body's been serving Grand Rapids when those days happen, and they sure do happen. So if you've had a mishap with your vehicle, call Chris and Kelly Nemmers to get everything fixed up. Working with all insurance companies, West End Body is your single source for collision repair. West End Body, located at 1693 Leonard Northwest, and they sponsor our halftime show. And by Melissa Homewood and the Lash Group of eXp Realty. eXp Realty is a national leader in real estate, and Melissa Homewood is your local expert when it comes to buying or selling your home in West Michigan. Melissa can orchestrate market watches, property searches, home value assessments to make your buying or selling process as thorough as it can be. You can find Realtor Melissa Homewood on the web at melissahomewood.com. That's melissahomewood.com. Melissa Homewood, the Lash Group and eXp Realty, your real estate done right. Here comes Landon Smith with his second kickoff at the night, and he puts it out at about the 18-yard line. And a nice run right there, a big hit. Daryl Lawrence took that ball up to about the 23-yard line, and a big hit. Big hit delivered there.
Yeah, Landon kind of floated that one, pushed it towards the right side of the field, which gave the defenders time to get down there. And then Lawrence kind of scampered towards the center, went a little more east and west, and decent starting position here, though, for Spring Lake.
So here comes Spring Lake. Grimmer with the handoff. A little bit of a messy handoff right there. Josh Mitchell in on the tackle. Gain of about 1. Just a sloppy exchange there. Did you see that ball get down to his knees?
Well, yeah, and you saw everybody was in on that play, too. None of the receivers were spread out, so, maybe setting something up for later in the game, but clearly you had basically all 11 offensive players.
Yeah, show and run.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we'll see what happens in the second half out of that formation.
You're right. Grimmer under center, man in motion. Handoff is up the middle, and not much doing for the Falcons. Tackle by Stoner.
Not much doing for the Lakers.
Yeah, not much up the middle. They probably took a look at the Coopersville game and said, hey, if they can do it, we can do it.
Hey, Grimmer took a pretty good shot there at the end of that play. Good thing to see him pop up and head over to the coach.
Yeah, he did. That Ryer Snow right in there delivered the blow. So, if you're just joining us, West Catholic leads Spring Lake 7-0. We're at the 5:09 mark in the first quarter. I'm Joe Sack along with Andy Sack here, bringing you everything on the West Catholic Broadcasting Network. Here's Grimmer under center. Man in motion is Ren Depphaus, scrambling to find a receiver, and he does. Jackson Lemon with the catch. And it looked as if Nolan Reinhardt stumbled a little bit in that coverage.
And remember, Joe, that's what we talked about. Remember, we had some rain here, half an hour before kickoff. It rained for a good half an hour, and we thought the field would be a little bit damp. It could have lost his footing there, but again, nice throw by Grimmer. I mean, hey, he planted his feet, delivered a really good strike, and Spring Lake's in business now on the Falcon 34.
Grimmer again under center. Fakes the man in motion. He goes over to the sideline now. Bryce Collins was breaking. And now a new play called in. Check, Omaha. Under center again. And it's a read pass option and nothing doing. So Grimmer with the keeper, and in was Ethan Stoner on the tackle. Boy, he just buried him there, Andy. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 now. Falcons defense looking really, really good with the exception of that pass play. Spring Lake in West Catholic territory now. Ball's at the 30-yard line. Grimmer again under center. Ren Depphaus in motion, and a pass is tipped, but then it's completed. And there's a flag on the play completed to Bryce Collins, but we now see a flag on the play and taking a look, and this one's coming back.
A little offensive pass interference.
Yeah, a little pick action going on the sideline, right at the numbers.
Vita was basically taken out. Refs were all over that, so we'll wait and see what the call is. Yep, and it is 2nd down.
Substitutions now for the Falcons. Cole Bauer comes in and Gabe Schwieters comes off. So this is going to march back. This is personal foul action. It's going to bring it back to the 47, I think, between the 47-48 yard line. So not a spot foul, but it brings it back from the line of scrimmage on that 2nd down. Now it's 2nd down and
yep, I think it was
25.
The call was, I believe,
24.
Offensive holding on the takedown, and that's what it was. And the interesting thing, Joe, is the completion was fine, then the takedown happened after that. So it was a very well designed play.
Yep. Here's the pitch that comes up.
It's like Murphy had nothing to do with that one. He was right up.
Yeah, that's Bryce Collins.
Yep.
Little fake dive for the quarterback, Grimmer, only to pitch it out. And, boy, no gain on that. Now Spring Lake with a 3rd and 27. Boy, West Cali defense really stiffened on that one. Just slow getting the play in and out. Coach Cody Mallory has got Reed Grimmer coming all the way to the sideline, and it eats clock. We're down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first. So here we go, 3rd and 27 for Spring Lake. Again, a run look, and it looks like a timeout is going to be called.
No, I think it was a delay of game.
It was a delay.
Time. Yep.
Boy, it's going to take him back another 5, 3rd and 32 now.
Joe, you got the 3rd and 32 play. Let's see what they do. I mean, here's the thing.
It's in the back of the playbook.
Right, so let's see what they have. But I think the kicker here is, let's give Grimmer some time to, put one downfield here, because give him a good toss, because you're either setting up a punt, or you're going to try to get maybe a pass interference or just a big completion. So I look for this to go downfield.
Here's Grimmer back to pass. Pockets closing in on him. Little flare goes out to Depphouse. And guess who's there for the tackle?
Very nice on DeBruyne. Really saw that coming. A little flare pass on the screen. Good protection for him that time, as you can see the defense coming in. But solid, and now you're 4th down. And what looked like a promising drive for the Lakers is going to result here in a punt. Back to West Catholic.
Boy, and they lost more yardage on that. Brings up 4th and 37. So this will be we'll be lucky to get this back within the sticks. Here's the punt by Spring Lake. Nice high tumbling kick. It's going to land at the 31-yard line and bounce backwards. We've got a flag on the field here, so penalties coming. We'll have to see what that's all about. And while we're waiting for that call, hey, fall's the perfect time to create the beautiful landscape you've been wanting around your home, and Shaner Avenue Nursery is the team you need to make this project a reality. Kristen Perez, a proud West Catholic parent from Shaner Avenue Nursery, will meet and design the look you want to make your home the envy of the neighborhood. Just contact Shaner Avenue Nursery and Kristen Perez at 616-293-7228. The call on that, Andy, was a hold?
Yeah, it looked like holding. So it's going to back the Falcons up a little bit.
Looks like they're going to get started at their 20. Minute 25 to go in the first quarter. West Catholic 7, Spring Lake nothing in this battle. The OK Blue of two 4-0 opponents. Here's Wickstrom. He's in the gun. Handoff to Charlie DeBruyne just to his right. He's through the linebacking core. Gets upfield. Picks up about 6 or 7. Tackle was made there by number 26, Oliver Smees. And West is in a hurry up right now, and they're going to, that one kind of got a little botched up, and they're going to have a procedure call.
Yeah, I think that's actually on the center. It looked like everybody went but the center.
Everybody went but the center.
But they were trying to go quick, and everybody was in. So the last play, the Falcons were spread out. You had the wide receivers out, 3 of them. This play, everybody was again packed in, and they were trying to go quick. And was caught with a procedure penalty.
Yeah. So West Catholic again in their spread look. 2 receivers to the near side and 1 receiver to the far side. Here's Grimmer. He's got DeBruyne to his right. The handoff is to DeBruyne. He gets nice blocking out in front. He's breaking tackles. He gets up to the 40. We got a look like a face mask was called on that play, so that's going to be a spot foul at about the 41. Personal foul. Nice run by DeBruyne. Boy, he broke some tackles there. Had some nice blocking out there. I think Dakota Myron was responsible. Actually, it's Jacob Timmer.
So it looked like Snow was out there getting that last block, and just could have held it a little bit longer. But the play took some time to develop there.
Murphy in for Charlie DeBruin on this play. Stoner takes a little bit of motion back to passes Wickstrom. Wickstrom's got a receiver. All alone, number 3 is Cole Bauer. Cole Bauer with another custom caulking touchdown. And boy, that was delivered beautifully. I think the defense got caught off on that just a little bit, Andy, but separation between the defense and the receiver.
Well, but again, what sets up the passing game for West? It's the running game because they're having success on it. So you saw the play action. He did it to Murphy, pulled it back, and I think some of the D-backs might have been sneaking up a little bit to help with the run, and snuck behind him, delivered a really nice ball, and just like that, Landon Smith extra point.
Second custom caulking touchdown, Alec Wickstrom. 2 from the air, 1 to Charlie DeBruin, and this last one to Cole Bauer. Very nice job so far. West Catholic now leads 14-0. And let's pay a few more bills here. Dubin Attorneys at Law. We know these guys. Dubin Attorneys at Law with law offices inside the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel. The Dubas specialize in business transactions, mergers and acquisitions, real estate and estate planning. A true West Catholic family of students, coaches, boosters, and volunteers. Let Dubin help with all your legal needs. So 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Landon Smith lines up. Where's he going to kick it this time, Andy?
He's hit both sides of the field so far, so we'll see. And he's floated both, so I'm curious how he kicks this one. Similar to last time. Ooh.
Oh, boy, he did. Oh, that's going to end up being a late hit.
A late flag.
I think. Yeah, the flag was called. He had stepped out of bounds. Perfect delivery of the kick. Yep. And that went to Daryl Lawrence. And he lost his footing along the sideline, stepped out of bounds, but then...
calls a personal foul.
Yep. Nolan Reinhardt. And that's gonna bonus the Lakers by 15.
Yeah, he was out of bounds. Close play, but Fischel was right there on the call, Joe. So,
yeah, he was. No mistake in a late hit there out of bounds.
Some of the home fans don't like it, but hey, this puts the defense now. I mean, good starting position for Spring Lake. Let's see if they can do something with it. Why are you?
Here's Grimmer under center. Depphouse with the fake, and now it's pitched out to Depphouse, and he's met there by Nolan Reinhardt.
I didn't know they still sold legal pads. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. How many have you gone through so far?
I'm sorry?
Legal pads. I didn't know they still made those.
I get them free at work. So gain of about 4.5 on that play.
Okay, so big drive here for Spring Lake.
Yep.
All right, so they just got a real nice little...
it's going to end the first quarter.
Yep. But they're going to pick it back up, though, with good field position, Joe. They had a positive play on first down,
right.
So we'll see what Grimmer and the Spring Lake Lakers come back here in quarter 2.
And they've been effective with the pass game. They have the slip over here, but a nice completion.
Yep.
And then also a completion, but a penalty on that ended up down at the 5-yard line, only to be called back in a series of penalties there.
But that completion would have given them the first down, and so that really killed that drive. So they have been moving the ball, but this is a critical juncture here for them, so we'll see what happens as we come back.
Absolutely. So I got to do this for Tom.
Yep.
West Catholic lining up with their gray pants.
Right.
Dark green, and I haven't seen this uni yet this year, but a dark green uniform with white numbers. And it looks like they've got the red, white, and blue for the honor night here for all the military. So that's kind of neat. Or is that right, or is that a bit of a... Maybe it's a camo type of a look there.
It just looks like an American flag on their back,
white,
Joe. I think you're okay.
Yeah, the American flag's on their back. White helmets. Spring Lake comes out white pants and their white jerseys with red letters and their silver helmet. Grimmer under center. He pitches it out.
There's that triple option we were talking about, and the positive yardage, first down for the Lakers. Grimmer took a pop, too.
Boy, he sure did. That was Chris Schaub after I think Mike Murphy got a hold of him first, but Schaub finished him off. That's going to result in a first down. They're going to get into Falcon territory as we're now in the second quarter of play. Here come the Lakers again. Grimmer under center. And the handoff goes to number 15, and that's Sam Schaefer. He's a senior running back. They've got a slew of backs.
Yep. And Schaefer was able to go off the left side there. And again, some of that set up by the misdirection on the plays earlier and loosening up the Falcon defense, which has been dominating the front line so far. But Spring Lake has something going, Joe.
Tackle by Vida on the play. Grimmer under center. Man in motion, starts, stops. Coach Mallory in with a new play. Grimmer sets up. And again, Bryce Collins under center.
Really the same play by Schaefer.
It really was, yeah. Sam Schaefer, the ball carrier. That's going to be a first down for the Lakers. So they found something. Seems to be working 5-6 yards at a time.
All on the ground so far, grinding the clock.
Tell you what, the way to keep West Catholic offense off the field is to do just this. Play calling, run to the sideline, come back, burn as much of that clock as you can. Back to pass is Grimmer. Finds a receiver there.
That's Jackson Lemon, Joe. I've been waiting to see them get after him. A tall receiver on the outside that we talked about. Ran a nice little in route.
Yep.
Grimmer delivered a fine ball. And
Nolan Reinhardt with the tackle.
And I think that the difference here with this drive, ground control, but positive plays on first down. No penalties. So Spring Lake certainly has come out here in quarter two looking very sharp.
Absolutely. That's 19. Grimmer under center. He gives it to Collins. Collins pushes ahead. He gets it right to the marker. And it looks like they're going to move the sticks. That'll be a first down for Spring Lake. Doing a nice job moving the ball. Here comes Mike Murphy off the field. Chris Schaub runs in. I think Murphy lost his helmet on that play. He had to come out.
First and 10.
The tempo of the game, Joe, can you feel it's kind of
really slow? Yep,
down.
Everything's quiet.
Look at West defense. Everybody's kind of looking around. I think this is exactly what the Lakers want to do.
Keep the defense on the field, wear them out. Grimmer under center, Depp House to the pitch, and a little bit of a slip right there.
Yeah, he tried to cut back, Joe. I think the wet field caught him, and then McCord just came in and just gave him a good shot as well.
First tackle for Record, the sophomore, this evening.
He had the big game.
14 tackles, 9 of them solo.
Okay, so on this drive now, Joe, you got 2nd and 10. This is the first time, maybe not behind the sticks, but where they didn't have a positive gain on first down. So we'll see what the Lakers draw up here on the next downs inside Falcon territory. What are we at? The 20-24.
And it might have been without the little slip. Right. So he may have had some more positive yards here. Same setup. Grimmer under center. He comes out, calls his own number, and nothing doing. West Catholic in on those. Connor Olszewski first to greet Grimmer.
Solid tackle by Olszewski.
So that's going to be a yard loss on the play. I thought it was a little bit more than that. Ball's going to be spotted at the 25-yard line. 7:45 to go until halftime. Falcons leading the Lakers 14-0 here on this beautiful evening. Big OK Blue matchup, 2 4-0 teams facing each other.
I look for the Lakers to try to go after Lemon again. possibly maybe something over the middle or
Yep.
down and out here. He does have a size advantage in terms of height, so I look to see if they go towards him.
Here's Depphaus, and a naked boot to the opposite side of the field goes Grimmer. Grimmer runs out of bounds. He's
What an effort by Grimmer.
pushed out,
Pushed out of bounds by number 11, Eric McCord.
and Aaron Record in for a second tackle of the night. So now that's going to bring up a 4th down and 4.
About 4.
Yep. Ball's at the 18-yard line, and here you got to go for it. If you don't have a kicker that can kick one of 35 yards, then I think there's going to be a timeout called by Coach Cody Mallory, and that's exactly what he does. And let's thank some more of our sponsors here. The new Frank's Market, they're located at 1020 West Fulton in Grand Rapids, featuring the area's best fresh and smoked kielbasa, awesome steaks, succulent roasts, hot shots, and deli meats. Stop in and experience the fantastic service and products the Stanizak family has delivered in Grand Rapids for decades. Since 1933, Frank's Market is the only choice. And Padgett Business Services, your small business experts for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and payroll. Don't have your tax prep and accounting be a coin toss? Leave it to Padgett Business Services to get it right. Falcon fans, visit Padgett online at www.pbsgr.com. That's pbsgr.com. Thanks to Mark Davey and his great staff at Padgett. They're located on Lake Michigan Drive, right next to Mr. Berger. Both teams back out on the field. Lakers looking to convert on 4th down, Andy. Grimmer goes under center. He's got Collins behind him, single setback. He's going to be back to pass, looks to deliver, and he does. Just like you called it, Andy, it's going to Jackson Lemon, big receiver.
Same route he ran last time when he had that play. Again, he had good space, good separation. Nice ball by Grimmer. And a huge pickup for the Lakers. I mean, this has been a ball-controlled, slow down. I mean, do you have the time that it started?
Yeah, I mean,
it was before. It was they had the ball in the first quarter.
It was
still.
yeah. They had the ball with 30 seconds to go in the third. That was West Catholic's last touchdown. Here goes Collins, big run to the end zone. Did he get there?
Just short. Great run by Collins though.
Yep.
And a big hole on that left side. And they've Collins was finding success there earlier in this drive, as you recall.
They really have.
One thing we're seeing is Spring Lake really working both sides of the field. We're watching runs go to both right and left, and they are trying the passes to both sides too. I will see what they come up with here, Coach Mallory. Second and short, keeper right up the middle.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a keeper. I don't see.
Touchdown Lakers.
Touchdown Lakers. A little bit of a late call, and Coach Grove didn't like that late call.
Well, it was a good push, and I think it might have caught West a little bit off guard a little bit too with the quarterback keeper going straight up like that. So again, but let's go back. Here's Spring Lake. They're down 14-0, and what a statement drive for them to say, hey, we're here in this game. You know, we got off to a little rough start, some penalties, but what a clean drive, key 4th down conversion, and now we're an extra point away from a 14-7 game.
Snap was low, but a really nice grab by Reed Grimmer, and allowing Jessica Stewart.
Yep, she had a great kick.
Stewart, nice kick, and she's running off the field, number 24, and her ponytails way back and forth. Nice job on the female kickers out here. So on the board go the Lakers. It's now 14-7. And at halftime on our West End halftime show, Jill Annabelle, West Catholic President CEO, is going to join me for a quick interview before the band takes the field. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the school. And it'd be nice to have her up. And then the band will give their performance. We'll have that covered here. And upon their completion, you and I will do a little analysis and take a look at the.
Remember what happened last time? I mean, I got.
Well, you had to go to the bathroom.
Oh no, I just saw everybody.
And there was a line. So yeah. Oh, and here's an onside kick.
Joe's worried about the concession stand, what kind of chili dog I'm going to bring him with triple onions, and Spring Lake totally faked him out. That's going to be on my report card when I give him his grade after this game. But, credit the Lakers. I mean, that was a risky play, Joe, because West Catholic is obviously moving the ball. And I think they caught everybody, including you, off guard and almost pulled it off. But
Ethan Stoner with a nice grab.
He was the only one that stayed.
He was the only one that stayed.
Back.
Yep. He followed right along.
Well, I mean, but literally the rest of the front line took off like it was going to be a deep kick. Credit Stoner. He gets an A+ on this one.
He gets an A+ on that one. Absolutely. That's 20. So here's Wickstrom. He's in the gun.
What's 20 mean? I'm not following you.
Absolutely. So here's the big ball going out to Carter Perry. He's all alone. Nice separation from his defender, covered by number 13, George Duggins. George Duggins, the sophomore. Big play. This is why Spring Lake had that just methodical drive down the field, take all that time off the clock. They didn't want West Catholic to do this, which is score quick, and that's what they're good at. So Wickstrom here, and they're in the red zone. Handoff is to Connor Olszewski. Connor Olszewski brings it inside the 5. I think going to be marked at about the 3. So in no time at all, West Catholic's gone from the 50 down to the 3-yard line. And here's Mike Murphy. He sidesteps and pops into the end zone for another custom caulking touchdown on the night.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Mike Murphy.
Yep, but play before that, I don't know if you saw Big Myron Dakota out front leading that, had a really nice block to almost spring him in for the touchdown on the prior play. Then obviously Murphy comes in and finishes it up. But credit the offensive line for grinding it out, and West comes back immediately. Bobbled snap, Joe.
Oh, and they're going for 2 here. Carter Perry's going to get in. He gets to the pylon, and they're saying no. He did not make it. I thought the ball hit the pylon.
Yeah. So what happened, Joe, is the snap was bobbled. I couldn't tell whether it was a low snap or what, but Perry, quickly realized the kick was off at that point, and then rolled around to his right. Was looking to throw the ball. Didn't see any separation in the end zone, and then just took off and tried to scamper his best way in.
Yeah.
But, came up a little short there, so again, we have a wet field out there, and we've seen some slips. We've seen, things are getting, sun's down now, the dew's coming out a little bit.
You know how long that drive took for the Falcons?
Well, that's
37 seconds.
Okay, so how many? So you tell me, how many two-way players is West going? Because our defense was just on the field.
There's a few of them.
7 minutes.
Yeah, there's a few of them, definitely.
They're going to go right back out right now. So let's keep an eye on that, because I don't think Spring Lake's going to wind up trying to do real quick.
Do you try to do the same thing? Do you try an onside?
No.
Well, where's he going to go with this one, Andy?
He seems to like the right side. Let's see what happens.
Yep. Here's Smith.
He's going the left side this time.
Yep. Ball bounces at the 10. Hard to handle. And that was Collins on the return. He brings it up to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Smith drove that one deeper. He put his leg into it a little harder. I think again, those are planned kicks. You can tell. It's
a lot of versatility.
Yep. So good weapon there.
Gets it to the numbers, tries to get it into guys' hands that don't normally handle the ball. Hitting open spots in the field, making it hard to grab. And that was the example right there. We're at 5:28 to go until halftime. West Catholic 20, Spring Lake 7 in this big OK Blue matchup of unbeatens. And here comes the Lakers again from the 17-yard line. Grimmer under center. Man in motion is Collins. And Grimmer's on the keep, and he doesn't get past the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 3 on the play.
Well, I tell you, Grimmer's a tough kid. He has been all over the field. He's getting up slower at times because he has been taking some hits. But, boy, tough kid. Nice to see him get up, head over to the sidelines, talk to Coach Moeller. Maybe that calms him down a little bit, that competitiveness. Well, I'm just saying,
sure.
He's been he's taken some pretty good blows tonight, so I'm glad to see him pop back up and get right back in there for the Lakers.
So they're going to want to take all of this 4 minutes and 52 seconds and try to get down the field and get another score and not allow the West Catholic offense back into it. Of course, West Catholic had on the first series an interception, which foiled anything the Lakers did. Here's Grimmer back to pass, and in and out of the hands of number 8, Chris Collins, or Bryce Collins, I'm sorry.
Yep. They just couldn't connect. It looked a well-flown ball.
A little bit low, had to slide. Again, a little footing situation like you've been saying. And now that stopped the clock, 4:34 to go until halftime.
So this is Spring Lakes, they want to get the first down. They don't want to give the ball back to West, obviously, but they got to be careful here too, Joe. They don't want to just give them really good field position. So I look for a controlled play here, but I also look for the Lakers to try to pick this one up with a downfield throw.
Going back to pass, he's getting the pockets collapsing on him. Mike Murphy comes in on the tackle, has to ride him a few yards. He's going to pick up 5.
Yeah, the pocket just collapsed. Great pressure by the Falcons.
Yep, on 3rd and 12, this is going to bring up a 4th and about 5 or 6. More like 5.
Murphy was able to stay home there to make that play because it looked like for a little while there was some daylight.
Yep.
But it did close quickly.
So it's too deep in their own territory for Spring Lake to feel comfortable for going for it on 4th and 4. So into punt. And a spinning low kick goes out at about the 46, maybe 47-yard line. And West Catholic's offense comes back on the field with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go till halftime, and they're going to do what they do. They're going to try to get down there and score rapidly. So defense did their job, getting out of that situation, getting the ball back in the offense's hands.
Yeah, and they're starting on the Spring Lake, 48-yard line, it looks like. So excellent field position. So looks like Ryer Snow's got single coverage out here, Joe. Right?
Yep.
Let's see if they throw one up. I wouldn't be surprised. Little one-on-one. And
Colin Burt's a big fellow. This is exactly where he was going.
He was looking at Snow, and it looks like we might have a holding
flag
call.
on the play, and that was thrown out to the sideline. Carter Perry trying to chase it down. I think this is going to be a holding call on the Falcons. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm watching Wickstrom right there, Joe. Clearly, we saw the single coverage, as did Wickstrom. That's where he was going, to Ryer Snow on the single coverage. I would have liked to seen Snow just go straight down the field, because when he came in, one of the Spring Lake defenders dropped into double coverage, which took that away, so delayed the play. That caused the hold. And then Wickstrom, he just kind of threw it away. He wasn't really trying to complete that pass. The play was dead. So I thought that was a very smart play by Wickstrom.
Well, and that's he's been a starter since he was a sophomore, 2 years at Christian High, and he knows to throw the ball away and not to put himself in a bad situation. Here's the handoff, faked you. And he's on DeBryan, and he is moving up the field, gets over midfield.
Nice run by Wickstrom. He totally faked you out. You went with DeBruyne. Yeah. I was able to actually see where the ball was, Joe. But that's okay. Those bifocals of yours, I know. And you got to get an extra line in there.
And you got to remember, Wickstrom had that big 70-yard keeper that he ran all the way down the field. So, not a big run. I think he's had six runs on the year, but.
Hey, Joe, my phone's really blown up. Everybody wants to know who to send their shout-outs to. Is it coming to your phone or my phone?
There you go. Wickstrom back to pass. He looks and finds Charlie DeBruyne, and that ball almost picked off.
What
George Duggins.
Yep.
And Duggins he's a sophomore. He's going to gain a lot of attention. He's a big kid out there.
Boy, he another half step, and he goes the other way with that. So great break by Duggins. He had his eyes on Wickstrom's. He knew where that ball was going.
So 3rd and 10 for the Falcons. Wickstrom in the gun. He's got DeBruyne set to his left. He's delivering a ball out, and it looks like he's trying to find Carter Perry, and he can't pull it in. So that's going to be 4th and 10 now. So Spring Lake did a nice job stalling this out. So West Catholic's going to bring in their punt unit.
Yep, huge stop for the Lakers there.
Huge really stop.
Was. With time to move the ball down the field now, they're still going to have, almost 2.5 minutes at least when they get the ball back, assuming they get the ball back.
Boy, I haven't even mentioned, but the stands are packed from end to end, and folks are along the fence 2 and 3 deep here. Just a big crowd for West Catholic, and we look across at Spring Lake. They've got the same. And a nice punt there. Goes to Collins, number 8. And he's wrestled down by Carter Abram. So Nolan Reinhardt, a little bit of a line drive, but did a nice job putting it inside the 25. And Spring Lake's going to start out here with 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go on their own 23-yard line. Hey, remember, we're going to have West Catholic President CEO Jill Annabelle up here at halftime directly after on the West End Body halftime show. So please join us for that. She's going to give us some updates on what's going on around the school here at West Catholic. Here's Grimmer. High pitch and a little bit of a stumble there by Collins.
I'll tell you what, Grimmer was getting hit as he pitched that, and he took a shot, but he delivered the pitch. Fortunately, because that could have been a turnover right there.
It looked like Josh Mitchell was in there laying that lick as he got rid of the ball. 2:18 to go. Clock's running. Here's Grimmer under center. And he's back to pass. He's looking here to the near side. He's going to unload across his body. And that's going to be another interception for West Catholic.
Chaz Vida.
Boy, Chaz Vida, he had position on that receiver. Both going for the ball. Could make an argument for a pass interference, but they both had their heads on and eyes on the ball.
Well, I tell you,
second
Joe,
interception of the night for the Falcons.
And Grimmer threw into double coverage there, so the receiver was double covered. Vida had the inside position. Good toss, got it downfield. But, again, huge turnover for the Falcons. And like you said, Joe, quick strike offense. Just under 2 minutes to go here. Leading 20-7.
So 1:56 to go. West Catholic on their own 40-yard line. Here's Wickstrom. Big handoff to Charlie DeBruin. He's got 10 yards. He's got a first down and more. Still up on his feet, fighting to the far sideline. Pickup of about 23 on the play, and he got out of bounds.
Right. Well, let's give credit where it's due here. DeBruin didn't get touched until he was 17 yards down the field.
You're right.
I mean, he went a huge hole. Big number 71. Just that right side of the offensive line really cleared out a big hole for him.
Sure did. Here's Wickstrom. Hands off again to DeBruin. He weaves his way in and out of would-be tacklers.
Yep, now we got to give it to DeBruin that time because there was a defender right on him. Nice little stutter step, a la Barry Sanders-ish.
Yep.
And then was able to get 8 yards out of it. Great scamper by DeBruin on that one.
Clock moving inside of 1:20. Mike Murphy comes in for DeBruin. And here's Wickstrom with a handoff to Mike Murphy. Murphy getting more than he needs. Needed about 4, got about 7, and the sticks move. The clock stops until they get set.
Pretty good contact.
So 1:05 here. Yep, great contact. And start the clock, and here goes Wickstrom with a handoff again to Murphy. Comes to the near side, and he's brought down after a gain of about 7.
Looks like the Falcons have 3 timeouts still, Joe, right?
Yes, they do.
Plenty of time to work. No rush. I see no panic out there. 46 seconds.
They're going to start using those inside of 30 seconds. So Wickstrom, another handoff to DeBruin. He's got a nice hole, and that closed quickly.
Nice tackle.
And here's your first timeout called by Landon Grove. And let's pay a couple more bills. Hey, Custom Caulking is the contractor's choice for waterproofing and crack sealing in West Michigan and beyond, both residential and commercial. Custom Caulking should be your only call. On-the-spot color blending and friendly service is what to expect from Custom Caulking. The Norder family proudly supports West Catholic football and all Falcon athletic programs. And if we take a look at West Catholic, and I'm sure Joe Annabelle is going to be saying something about this, but Experience West is coming up on October 19th. So calling all middle school families, consider West Catholic for your student and join us for Experience West Night on Thursday, October 19th at 6:30. Come and learn more about the West Catholic community and see what your family's experience at West Catholic will be like. Visit glwestcatholic.org/admissions to register today.
Joe, let's give Alex Hoisington, the big defensive lineman, senior for the Lakers, credit on that last stop. He really fought off the block and made a real nice stop, forced a timeout by the Falcons.
So 34 seconds to go. Wickstrom in the gun. He hands off to Charlie DeBruin, and he had nothing going there.
Fourth down.
Brought down by number 66, Alex Hoisington. You just alluded to him, and West Catholic calls another timeout with 24 seconds to go.
Two big plays by Alex, and he's forced 2 timeouts on the Falcons in a fourth down play.
And again, some events happening at West Catholic. This one coming very quickly. This coming next week. It's never too late to start planning for your child's future. And we invite you to join us at West Catholic High School on Thursday. It's coming this Thursday, September 28th at 6:30 p.m. to learn how you can make West Catholic education and all Catholic education affordable for your family. Anyone considering or currently investing in K through 12 Catholic education is invited to attend. So please visit glwestcatholic.org/admissions to RSVP. That's this Thursday at 6:30. 24 seconds to go here in the gun is Wickstrom. Hands off to Charlie DeBruin, and he has had nothing for 3 plays in a row. And he gets stopped very quickly just beyond the line of scrimmage. This is going to bring up a 4th down and 2.
That was 4th down, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, it was 4th down.
Yeah, West went up the middle 3 plays in a row. 2 of them stopped by Hoisington. And I don't know if he got his paw on someone there, but beyond that, credit the Lakers with a huge stop.
Stiffen.
Massive
Absolutely.
stop.
That's 21.
I've got the official tracker. I've got someone keeping tab, just so you know.
There's an app for this, isn't there?
Well, it's your brother-in-law. He told me he took the over.
So the Lakers having a little bit of an issue getting personnel in now.
Hey, does it matter? They got to feel great.
The clock
take
is
a knee
count down to 10.
They got to feel outstanding.
And
I'm surprised they handed
Grimmer
it
with a handoff, and this is going to go to and now the ball is taken out of the hands of Collins by Mike Murphy. Just came and just swept that arm and said thanks for the handoff, and West Catholic with their 3rd turnover taken. What a play by Mike Murphy.
Right. Well, let's give Murphy the total credit there. I was just figuring, hey, take a knee, let's go to the locker room. We just had a massive stop. Now you give West Catholic on the 19 with 12 seconds left. You know the ball's going in the air, I'm thinking, but they are in business.
So,
again.
We started all this at about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and there's been 3 possessions back and forth. Now the 4th, Wickstrom takes a look at the sideline, and we've got a flag on the play.
Dead ball.
False start offense, and Wickstrom hadn't even come to a position, but somebody moved.
How about the officials?
Early.
You're able to hear how they're calling it.
Well,
that started this year, right?
Good here. Yeah, West Catholic's done a great upgrade here. With the speaker system, the new scoreboard, and it just looks fantastic. Here's Wickstrom, 12 seconds to play. He's taken a long look at number 8. That's Nolan Reinhardt.
Right. I tell you what, that could have been picked. Super defense play by.
That's number 7. That's Colin Burt. Yep. He had good position.
I think Colin wants that back because I think he felt he could have had a pick there.
Well, and it looked like it had to turn into a defensive situation for Reinhardt.
Right, but it gives the Falcons one more shot.
Excuse me, Ryer Snow.
And it looks like we're bringing out the field goal unit, Joe. We got Landon Smith out there.
So Landon Smith,
or
ball.
No, maybe. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, Landon Smith. He's going to set up with 5 seconds to go. Ball is at the 24-yard line. Well.
Looks like Spring Lake is
they're going to try to ice him a little bit. They're going to think about this one. So this is going to be a 41-yarder.
Oh, he's on the right hash, right-footed kicker.
Yep.
I guess I could probably text his dad right now and see what his range is.
Why don't you do that?
I could.
Hey, again, please join us beginning at halftime. Jill Annabelle, West Catholic President CEO, is going to join us. She's spent a couple minutes seeing what's going on with the high school. We like to have her up a couple times a year, and then we'll have the band on and their performance, and then join Andy and I back for the West End Body halftime show where we'll give stats.
Sure.
I'll definitely be here.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be able
You're
to
going to go
back.
take a walk.
I'm going to go see some people, say some highs. How long's halftime, by the way?
I don't know, but when it goes to zeros, they add 2 minutes to it. Here's a low snap, and the kick is short. Falls short a little bit, so Landon Smith, nice job as time runs out for the Falcons, leading 20-7. And Andy, why don't you hand that headset over, and we're going to join Jill Annabelle as we come to the West End Body halftime show. West Catholic leading 20-7 in this undefeated. Yeah, let's in this undefeated 4-0 OK Blue matchup. And why don't you come real close? Oh, what do we got here? We got talking points?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the light on here. Hold on. All right. Take a look right here. We're gonna cut to Jill. Hey, here we are.
Hey.
How's that? Anyways, well, how are you?
Well, good. There's lots of room up here. It's crowded down there.
Exactly.
How many people are at this game? It's nuts down there.
It's nuts. Steve Groom's bringing over the stats. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate everything.
I wanted to say, like, the whole West Side is here, but we keep hearing a name on the field who's from IHM, so I can't even say it's the West Side. It's the whole town.
The whole town's
here at the game tonight.
Very nice.
All the future Falcons.
Yeah, I saw those. The kids are all at the end down there.
It's quite the crowd. Yeah.
So, how's your first year going?
It's going well. It's been a good start to the year. Student body's in good shape. We're already good at lots of sports.
Oh yeah.
Happy people.
Happy people.
And it's a beautiful night too. So.
And we take a look. I mean, if you come on campus and we take a look around, the addition of the new tennis courts here. We've got the scoreboard.
Yeah.
I mean, the place is starting to look like like a small college campus. It's beautiful.
I know. It's been fun to have marketing video ads up on the boards. That's been a good addition to our strategies around here.
Yep.
And the student body's just really happy right now, so it's a good place.
Okay. Good turnout tonight for the honor game.
Yes.
What makes this night special for West?
Well, I didn't know this until today, but the West Catholic alumni, parents, and supporters, when you put all of them together, they represent every branch of the military, and each year we have students who join the armed services.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's good.
That's awesome.
We also have some first responders here in the crowd, and so it's good. Just when we do our drills on campus, when the first responders come in, whether it's police or fire, whenever they come through to do our drills, it's always a familiar face. So oftentimes we are working alongside those who are also Falcons.
Fire department, of course, we've had a number of West Catholic graduates within that. Law enforcement, I know a number of them, and in the past as well. Well served in protecting our community.
Yeah, and this might be, I didn't count the numbers, but we had so many on the sidelines today. It was really nice to have them for the national anthem before the game.
Yep.
And it was just a good crowd. Maybe it's the weather too. So
awesome.
This is not the only chance for us to honor the vets. We do have our upcoming Mass. We have Mass on campus every Tuesday.
Okay.
Visitors can come. So if you're looking for a weekday Mass time, it's 10:20. But we are having a Vets Mass on November 10th. Bishop will be here to celebrate Mass. It is open to the public, and there'll be a luncheon after Mass.
And I've been to that a couple times, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It really is. It's very patriotic and spiritual all at the same time, and great way to bring God and country together.
Yeah. I'm always excited by how much our students belt out the national anthem. I don't know if you noticed it tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But they are loud, and they know the national anthem. I know it sounds silly to say that, but you don't get that everywhere, and it's really fun to hear them belt it out.
That's great. Okay, also we've got the breakdown. It's November 10th for the Mass coming up, so that's great. Any other events that our viewers or listeners need to be aware of here coming up? I think I kicked on a couple of those late in the second half, but please give us the update.
I really want to talk about.
Yes.
Experience West Night. So if you have any middle schooler, 6th, 7th, and 8th grader, and you just want to see the campus, it's a low-pressure night just to kind of walk the campus, learn some things. That is on Thursday. No, I'm sorry. That's on Thursday, October.
That's coming right. That's this
19th.
Thursday. Oh, no,
I'm going ahead.
Oh, you're going ahead of me.
These two.
Okay.
Thursday, October 19th is at 6:30. So you got a little time. You can RSVP online at our website, grwestcatholic.org/admissions.
Okay.
And the big one, I want to make sure we have time to talk about this, is Falcon Awards Night.
Oh.
If you've never been to Falcon Awards Night, I want you to hear our 4 honorees this time because it's a phenomenal list. So that's on October 25th. It's a Wednesday night. It's at the Goey Center. It's at 6 p.m.
Okay.
But these are very, very familiar names.
Sure.
So our St. John Paul II Award is going to Father John Valier, who everyone knows.
Everybody knows.
SJV and Holy Spirit. He's down on the field.
Always on the field.
A coach.
Yes.
He's a coach and the chaplain.
Yeah.
So, and he's been doing it for years. So everyone knows Father John. He's very humble. So we said, well, who should be invited? He's like, oh, I don't know. Should I even get an award? And I'm like, please. So that's our JP2 award. The Alumni Excellence Award is going to Steve Norder. He's from the class of '83. He played football and he knows the whole town.
And I'm a very good friend of Steve.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely. He was a grade ahead of me, but we hung out and I know Steve and Joni very well, and what a great supporter of all athletics. You see his name all over here.
Yes.
There's custom caulking touchdowns that we have all the time.
Yes.
Couldn't be a better family to support, and that's a great award.
So if you are from any of the classes where his kids graduated through, I don't have those in front of me, but they should all be here at that night. So that's going to be super fun. It's going to be a fun crowd.
Okay.
The Business Excellence Award goes to Miles Schmidt. He was class of '68.
Yes.
They have their reunion, I think, tomorrow.
Okay.
And so we're going to make sure that everyone from the class of '68 is at Falcon Award Night. His son is part of the volunteer football staff.
Yes. Colby. Yes.
Yep. So, again, really associated with football, too. And then the fourth one is the beloved Mike Mulder, who was a science teacher here for decades.
And I had
a Lifetime Achievement Award.
And that's great. Mike Mulder was just a gem, a gentle giant was what he was.
Yes.
And
he had thousands of students.
Well,
they all went out west. He has quite the legacy here on campus.
The thing that I really remember, the two things, was dissecting the cat.
I did not dissect the cat. I dissected the frog, and I did not stay for anatomy with the cat. But everyone knows which freezer those cats are in.
And then he did a lot of interactive stuff with the cat, and he had a neat thing where you would have a couple of saltines, and whoever could eat the saltine fastest then whistle. Okay, and it messed the floor up. I kind of cheated. I won because I filled my mouth with saliva really good, and then I cheated, and I went boom, whistled just like that. Nobody knows this until now.
Wow.
All right.
This is really like truth serum.
Halftime
show.
A confession.
What else you got? Got any confessions for Father John? Maybe we should just keep going down the list.
Exactly. That's great. Mike Mulder, what a great guy. What a great biology teacher here at West. Yeah.
October 25th, it's going to be the biggest party around. It's at 6 p.m.
Okay, at the Goey Center, and that's just off Butterworth.
It's nearby. Tickets are available at grwestcatholic.org/giving. You can go to the main website and find it. But
is there a cost to that?
There is a cost to that. I don't know off the top of my head. It might be $125 a ticket.
Okay, all right.
So,
turns into a fundraiser too.
It is a fundraiser.
Wonderful.
And an easy fundraiser though. It's a fun night. Open
awesome,
bar.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to cut you off.
No,
I never do.
please.
I want you to join us again. Okay, and hopefully we get you. Let's try to get you in the playoffs here.
Yeah, let's keep going.
But I'll tell you what, one big thing is to be able, with this camera, to include the band's performance.
Oh, fantastic.
Because we know how much work the band's put in and how committed these guys are to performing. And we don't want their relatives to miss this or anything.
No, we don't.
But
Go
we
Falcons.
appreciate you joining us,
Thank
Jill
you.
Annabelle, CEO and president of West Catholic High School in her first full year now. Took over January of last year
Yes,
for
good
Cindy
memory.
Knievel and brings tons of energy and just a lot of fun to the building, and we're so glad to have her.
It's an honor to be here. Thank
So
you.
we really appreciate that. Let's cut over to the band now for their performance, and we'll catch up with you a little later. Boom, there we go. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.
Concludes their on-the-field show tonight with M&M's Lose Yourself, featuring trumpet soloist Reese Faulkner, Marvin Gaye's Further Through the Grapevine, and Glenn Fly's Eagles tune, Heartache Tonight. Giants now going to join our guests from Summer Band. These very special young musicians from this year's Summer Band, they had a ball this summer playing music from movies featuring composer John Williams. They will first play Darth Vader's appearance in March, then the theme from Jaws. Following Jaws, we will conclude to honor the heroes honored here tonight with a rendition of Superman. Let's face it, we are surrounded by heroes every day who have served our great nation. These men and women are the real superheroes. This is for you.
Three turnovers.
There's something going on. If you go to the summary, it's all there. If you go to the defensive guys, something's not transferring. There's 2 interceptions and a fumble.
Okay. Everybody, welcome back on the West End Body halftime show. Nice performance by the West Catholic Marching Band, and joined with the summer students. So, really nice job by those guys. And boy, we know how much the West Catholic band, they strive for perfection, and we hope you enjoy their performances. I want to take a look at stats for this game in the first half. West Catholic, of course, leading 20-7 here. On West Catholic side of the ball, 236 yards of total offense, 103 rushing, and 133 through the air. We take a look at the rushing yards. That's led by Charlie DeBruin, has had 9 carries for 60 yards. And second to him is Alec Wickstrom, 2 carries for 20 yards. Mike Murphy had 3 carries for 14. Connor Olszewski with 1 for 9. That's where you come up with your 103 yards rushing on 15 attempts. We're averaging 6.9 per carry and 1 touchdown on the ground. That belonging to Cole Bowers, that belonging to Mike Murphy with his 1-yard plunge. Through the air, Alec Wickstrom has completed 5 passes on 8 attempts for 133 yards, and he's had 2 touchdowns through the air. One of those going to Charlie DeBruin on a little bit of a short pass, scamper for 23 yards, getting into the end zone, and then Cole Bowers with a 40-yard touchdown catch. He's got 1, and Charlie DeBruin's got 1. Carter Perry, 2 catches for 43 yards. And Ethan Stoner with 1 catch for 27. That's 133 yards on 5 completions, but 2 touchdowns resulting in that. West Catholic's had 9 first downs in the half, and they've forced 3 turnovers for West Catholic, 2 interceptions and 1 fumble. Take a look at the Spring Lake side. Of course, they have 7 points on the board. Rushing-wise, Sam Schaefer has 9 carries for 38 yards. Reed Grimmer, the quarterback, 6 rushes for 15 yards and a touchdown. And Ren Depphaus has 3 carries for 5 yards. Bryce Collins, 3 carries for 5 yards as well. So 63 yards rushing on 21 attempts. They're averaging an even 3 yards per carry and 6 first downs. And you got to remember that, that ball control that took most of the second, a little over half of the second quarter to get down to the field, and it just really ate a lot of clock there. So, just not a lot to report on. No huge numbers for either team because the clock was, really used up by Spring Lake on that touchdown attempt. We take a look at through the air. Reed Grimmer, 5 of 8 for 56 yards. He's had 2 interceptions, and those balls have gone to Jackson Lemon. He's got 3 catches for 53 yards. Ren Dephouse got 1 catch. He's minus yards on that by 5. And Bryce Collins with 1 catch. Everybody say hi to Stevie Grooms. He's here. Doesn't like to be on camera for some reason. Bryce Collins, 1 catch for 8 yards. That's that 56 yards passing on 5 completions, but 2 other completions. 119 yards of total offense in the first half. And so we're gonna get started here pretty quickly. Thank you, Steve Grooms, here on the West End Body halftime show. Steve bringing us all those stats. And West Catholic and Spring Lake now are going to come out. Here's Spring Lake kicking off to West Catholic. Of course, West Catholic won the coin toss, elected to defer, and so they're going to receive the second half kickoff. So let's cut to the field here and begin the second half of play. Short kick, hard to handle, and a nice job here done by Nolan Reinhardt. Kind of runs across the field, comes back to the near sideline, but West Catholic's going to get started, it looks like, at about their own 18-yard line. And we've got a few people to say hello to out there. Say hi to Tom Mikowski, first of all. He's in Baltimore. Andy Sack doing a nice job in his stead. So here's Wickstrom, takes the snap, and he's scrambling out, and boy, he takes a sack. Great coverage by Spring Lake. First sack of the night for Wickstrom. And he's going to lose about 9 on the play, I believe. Well, more like 7. It's going to bring up 2nd and 17 now.
Loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17.
Tom Arbanis is out there. Rose Arbanis. She is at the game tonight. Rose, of course, always our first call. Here's Wickstrom back to pass. He's got a receiver, and that's Nolan Reinhardt. He catches that and lunges forward, gets enough for the first down. He's over the 30-yard line to the 32. Comes off the field, and Gabe Schwieters comes in his place along with Cole Bauer. Mary Lynn and Tony Arbanis, they're watching. Raj Saraki, of course, he always joins us. Appreciate that. Andy's at the game. That's pretty good. Eleanor Judson, loyal Falcon fan. 100 years young tonight. And Carter Perry is brought down by Sam Schaefer for a huge loss. So the Spring Lake defense is coming out real big. Loss of 6. Now it's going to bring up a 2nd and 16 for the Falcons. Wickstrom in the gun. He looks, little flare pass out to Charlie DeBrune, who slips, and what a stick. Boy, Spring Lake's come out hot. Owen Smees in on that tackle. And another loss on the play is going to bring up 3rd and 22 now for the Falcons. So 2 receivers to the near side. Even set, 2 to the outside. Wickstrom drops back to pass. He's looking deep, can't find anybody, dumps it off to Charlie DeBruin, and he's on the run. He gets down to the 30, now inside the 40. He's got a first down, gets himself all the way to midfield, or nearly. Huge gain on that play, all the way out to the 48-yard line on 3rd. It's 29 yards on that play for DeBruin. Nice little dump-off pass as Andy joins us back in the booth.
Hey, it's great to be back, Joe. I tell you, you want me to ramble off everybody that I spoke to? And
no, don't do
lots
that.
of advice for you.
I'm sure,
people.
absolutely.
But hey, I do want to give a quick shout out real quick to Rita Tortoritis. She's watching right now. I had 2 people tell me to give her a shout out.
Rita.
We're so glad you're watching. Cheering them on.
We love you, Miss T.
Yep, hoping Joe's voice isn't putting you to sleep, because it probably is everybody else.
So we got a penalty now on the Falcons. That's going to walk them back 5 yards. So not a great first series. However, West Catholic still retains a huge play by Charlie DeBruin, getting him out near midfield. Now a 1st and 15. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. And the handoff goes to Mike Murphy. Mike makes his way to the near sideline and struggles to get back to the sticks. I think he got almost there. Gain of about 3 on the play. This is going to bring up a 2nd and 12. We're just going through some shout-outs. Eleanor Judson, she's 100 years young tonight. Happy birthday to you, Eleanor and Tony. Had 5 graduated from West, and the oldest member of St. Anthony Parish. Love that. We know the Judsons, don't we, Andy?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's my first absolutely. Does that include in the over-under?
Yeah. I think I got you 20 to 1 there.
I don't think you hit 20 yet, but you're close. I'm confident.
Connor Olszewski on the carry. Only picked up 1 on the play. Tell you what, Andy, the Spring Lake defense is really stiffened. They found some things here, made some adjustments, and it's affecting the Falcons. 3rd and 11 here, Wickstrom in the gun. And the handoff is DeBruin right up the middle. He's got a lot of room. He gets up. He's past the sticks. Picks up a first down. Gets about 14 when he only needed 11. Boy, God, what a great... He got right through that hole. Dakota Myron responsible for opening that up along with Jacob Timmer. So here goes Wickstrom. He's back to pass, rolling out to the far side, and he's got Ryer Snow on the far sideline. Gain of about 14, maybe 15 yards on the play. Another first down for the Falcons. They're moving quickly.
Yep, real nice roll out by Wickstrom there, and he caught Snow, and he saw Snow get both feet down, a la NFL style. Tippy-toe the line. First down for the Falcons, Joe.
Wickstrom in the gun. He's got DeBruin right behind him. Handoff, and he runs into a couple of Lakers and a couple of his own blockers.
Yeah, so they're running that Texas-style defense is what Spring Lake's doing. That's what's been giving West trouble at times moving the ball. We saw it at the end of the second half when West tried to go really up the middle 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And couldn't get a first down. But then at times where you see the gap, then you see DeBruin scamper for 18 yards. So that's the
Wickstrom with the handoff to DeBruin. DeBruin's got some room. He's into the outside. Nice block by his receiver out there, Schwieters, and he brings it all the way down to the 1-yard line. It looks like one or two. A great blocking by the Falcons. Yeah, I tell you what, it's easy to run when you've got that kind of block.
Already down to the 6-minute mark, Joe, in the second half. Clock is moving.
Good drive by the Falcons.
Ooh, ball on the ground.
And DeBruin picks it up, and he kind of goes down, a loss of about 1 on the play.
Looks like they went Wildcat there a little bit, Joe, and
Why bother
Snap
when you're
was
doing
low.
so well?
credit to Bruin to pick that up. I mean, that was ball on the ground inside the 5.
If you're just joining us, 5:35 to go here in the third quarter. West Catholic 20, Spring Lake 7. Battle of unbeatens here in the OK Blue. And from the 2-yard line, 2nd and goal. And Wickstrom, quick handoff to Charlie DeBruin. He spins and tries to get himself to the goal line, and he falls about a foot short.
Number 10, Pete Trask.
Trask with the tackle for Spring Lake. This is now going to bring up a 3rd and 1 on the goal line, and the handoff to DeBruin, and he walks right in for another custom caulking touchdown. Charlie DeBruin, 1-yard scamper. So Charlie DeBruin with 1 through the air and now 1 on the ground. And West Catholic, are they going to go for two? No, they're not going to go for two.
So let's watch the snap here, Joe, and the hold.
And no good here.
Yeah, you know, Joe, if you go back to the first half, I think this is, you know how important that is, the center exchange to the holder.
Oh,
and the
very
kicker.
much so.
The timing's been off a little bit, and we've seen that. So I know that's something that the team's working on, but something to watch here. Certainly with a good kicker like Smith, it's been throwing off his timing a little bit. So,
hey, let's give some shout-outs here. Dan and Nancy Ostapovich, they're watching from Bradenton. And thank you for those nice words. It's nice to have my brother up here in the booth. It's pretty good. And
pretty good. Come on. I love Bradenton.
I guess
Hope you
we're
guys are doing great down there.
split second ahead of the show. Ben Sweetike's here. He's looking to bounce back after a loss last week for his 3rd and 4th grade West Side team. And hoping to go 2-1.
I've got a shout out here from Don Duba shout out to Peg Duba, grandma of Dom Fisher and Gil Gagnon. Shout out to Ed Duba, U.S. Marine Corps. And also to Tom Duba, 1st Cavalry in the U.S. Army.
Love that.
Good to hear from you, Don. Thanks for the text, buddy.
Appreciate that.
Bounds by Gabe Schwaders. Ball spotted.
So the Spring Lake return gets him up to the 35-yard line. Still, I want to say hi to Curtis and Christy up in Spring Lake. And they had the grandkids watching, and they said, "There's Papa."
Why are they in Spring
Papa's
Lake?
on
What's
there.
going
Or
on
excuse
there?
me, they're up in Sparta.
Oh,
Why is
got
that thinking?
it.
I'm thinking Spring Lake. John and Patty Brechting, they're watching tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Chris Nemmers, Kelly Nemmers. Yeah, we appreciate that. We found out about that little area. Rosie Kloska, she's listening.
Frederickson.
Hey, Rosie.
58 Josh Mitchell. Officials timeout on the field.
yeah, Rosie sent me one, says it's so nice to hear your voice. And she wanted to say that her class of 83 reunion tailgater,
Yep.
Friday the 20th,
Club would like to formally thank S'mores
Yeah, it's going to be the
party
last.
on Saturday the 21st.
Yeah,
so
the last game, and they're honoring the 83 team at that last game of the season. We've got a injury timeout. One of the Lakers is on the ground.
Success by NHL. Custom coffee and choice one bank.
And Jerry Wasorick says hi. And did you have Jerry in class? I don't know if I had.
Transact family.
I don't think I had you in class, Jerry, but we had a fun time and knew you. She says she always remember the really smart kids and and the really naughty kids.
that would have been my boy.
So I was the
that would
naughty
have been my
kid.
wife, Lisa. So Lisa would have been the smart one. Mary Beth was pretty smart.
Jerry's in she's in retirement, and we wish her very well. She's a great institution here, running the Westward paper for so long, and well, we appreciate everything you've done to teach our kids here at West Catholic. Injured player for Spring Lake is number 15, Big Sam Schaefer, running back. So he's going to go off. Looks like he's hobbling a little bit on one of those legs. But here goes Spring Lake on a 2nd and 9. Grimmer under center. Pitch goes back to Bryce Collins, and Bryce is met very quickly there by Nolan Reinhardt.
Reinhardt obviously watched his film because I was watching him on that game, and he took off on the snap of the ball. He looked like he knew exactly where that was going and played that very well. Bringing up almost a third and 10, over 10 actually. Crowd getting into it now, Joe.
Yep. Big 3rd and 10. West Catholic wants the ball back. Ball's at the 30 mark. Yeah, they're at the 33, 34-yard line. And the ball is out and loose, and Grimmer falls on it. A poor exchange between the center and the quarterback, and this is going to bring up a 4th down after a loss of almost 10, I think 10 on the play, on that problematic exchange. We're at the 3:30 mark in the 3rd quarter. Nolan Reinhardt, he sets up on about the 34-yard line to receive this punt. Nice long punt. Reinhardt hits Reinhardt, and that ball is loose. And it's going to end up in the Lakers' hands.
Sure is. Big turnover. Big change of the field, too, for Springer Lake, when really West had a lot going for them. The miscues, turnovers, certainly, wet ball, wet field position, all kinds of things going into play there. Also on that punt, Joe, the prior punts had been low line drives. Like you said, this one was a very nice punt by the Lakers. Got up in the air a little bit, and they just flipped the field. Time for the Falcon defense to step up here.
Yeah, a little bit of a hard punt to handle. It was a tumbling, pretty quick punt. Not low, but it was moving pretty quick, and just a hard one to handle for Nolan Reinhardt. Here's the handoff. Is Daryl Lawrence after Sam Schaefer had gone out of the ball game injured. Gain of about a yard. Into the game at linebacker now comes Charlie DeBroom. Boy, this has been a quick 3rd quarter. Here's Grimmer under center, 2nd and 9. And we got movement. And that's going to be a procedure call on the Lakers. It's going to cost them 5 yards. So that goes outside the sticks, going to bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hey, shout out to Mike Hoffman. He wanted to tell me how much he enjoys our broadcast.
Thanks, Mike. Great friend, neighbor growing up.
Mentioned that he wants to hear me talk a little bit more.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Actually, I ran into him as I was down there, coming back a little late, trying to work through the huge crowd here.
Huge crowd tonight. Yeah. Here's Grimmer back to pass. Sets one out. That one's completed to Ren Depphaus. Yeah, that's a gain of about 10 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 now for the Lakers. Minute 52 to go in the 3rd. Very, very quick quarter. Thanks for bringing me the popcorn, too. Appreciate that. Ice Cold Coca-Cola. Cha-ching! And if you'll notice, we haven't had the big exchange back and forth with the play calling coming in and out between Grimmer and Coach Mallory. Here's Grimmer under center.
There's the triple option.
Yeah, that was the triple option, and that pitch was hard to handle by Bryce Collins. Looked like it was out in front of him, but he gathered it up with one hand. Got enough for the 1st down. And the Lakers are in West Catholic territory at the 33-yard line.
Big pickup for the Lakers there to keep the ball, keep possession. Like you said, the clock's moving, down to a minute 20. There's the first option in the triple option, going nowhere.
No.
Going backwards. Might have got a yard. Tough
Big pile up
running
there.
up there. Yep.
Yeah, and that was Daryl Lawrence.
Foul from West Catholic, number 58, Josh Mitchell. Also there was number 11.
Taking a look
Court.
around the area, Coopersville 28, Unity Christian 31. That's a big one right there.
Ball spot for the West Catholic, 32.
Of course, the 26-7 here. Granville 30, Hudsonville 27. Rockford 21, West Ottawa 6. Caledonia 22, Jenison nothing. Here's Grimmer back to pass. He kind of sidearms one out. That was going to Jackson Lemon. Falls incomplete.
Back there for West
Good
Catholic.
pressure again.
Jeff
Yeah.
White.
Muskegon 21, Reeves Puffer 6. Tom St. Francis Gladiators up in Traverse City 14, losing to Kingsley, who's got 28. Forest Hills Eastern 14, Kennewick Hills 7. Byron Center and Forest Hills Central tied at 7. That's a big game.
Right.
Zeeland West and Zeeland East. Zeeland West has got the upper hand there, 30-6. Here's Grimmer under center. Collins takes the run, fakes the handoff, and he's under pressure and brought down for a big loss. And that's Ethan Stoner. Chased Grimmer down, coming towards the near sideline. Grimmer looking downfield on a designed rollout.
Yeah, he didn't have any time at all.
Nothing.
Stoner was all over him right away. And, great tackle, great pursuit, and really just, again, flipped that field position. So after the turnover, West Catholic defense picks up the special teams,
See the kick for West Catholic.
and we move to the fourth quarter, Joe.
Boy, that was just a quick quarter. Let's take a look at some more scores around the area. Grand Rapids Catholic Central 53, Cedar Springs 7, Central Montcalm 14, Reed City 20, Holland Christian and Hamilton in the blue here. Hamilton leading 29-14. And Whitehall and Manistee. Whitehall 35, Manistee nothing. Grand Haven and East Kentwood. East Kentwood leading that at the half 21-8. Grand Rapids Christian 27, Forest Hills Northern 21. And Lansing Catholic and Portland are playing tonight. They're scoreless in the first quarter. Must have got off to a late start. And in the blue, Allendale 46, putting it to Fruitport. They've only got 7. East Grand Rapids 7, Northview 10. They're in the fourth quarter. That's a big one. And Grand Rapids Union 33, Wyoming 15. Sparta 34, Hopkins nothing. And that kind of does it for around the area. Thanks to our score stream.
Number 295-5716.
Better get your ticket out, Joe.
Get your 50-50 tickets out, people.
Lisa's got one.
5516.
Let's see, I think I
Is
can
the
see her
last
down
4
there.
numbers.
See if she's got her
Back
arms
to
up.
punt, Spring Lake, a big rolling kick, and that's going to get all the way to the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback.
Goes into the end zone. Brought out.
Flag on the play, Joe. We'll see what we got. Right about the 35, it looks like.
50-50 was worth $500.
Oh, the 50-50 is worth $500 tonight. That's pretty good.
295-5716.
5716, last 4 numbers. Check your tickets at home, people. 50-50. We got any word on this penalty? What do we
A
have?
lot
Andy?
of discussion. Here
Lot.
we go, holding
We need.
on the Falcons.
Receiving team. There's a spot. West Catholic's ball at the 10-yard line. First
So West Catholic's going to take it at the 10, a 15-yard spot foul. So that, boy, that helps the Lakers now, putting West Catholic 90 yards out. 11:53 to go here in the game. West Catholic 26, Spring Lake 7. It's been an interesting game. A real, just momentum's kind of been weird. Spring Lake kind of lulled everybody down in that second quarter, big long drive. And it did set a tone, that's for sure. So West Catholic's got 90 yards to go to pay dirt. They're set up at the 10. Here's Wickstrom. He's got two receivers to the near, one far out the wide side. And Mike Murphy is set up to his right. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Murphy. He's got a hole. He's fighting his way up, getting 3, 4, 5 yards on the play.
He's carrying 3, 4, 5 tackles. Nice run.
Very nice run.
Again, now if you're Coach Grove and West Catholic after that third quarter, which just flew, and that was round game. I think you'd like to see a similar type drive, really eat the clock up.
And here's West Catholic. A little pitch goes out to Olszewski, and he's got some room to run. He gets out across the 30. So a gain of about maybe 25 or 27 yards on the play.
Yep.
First down for West. Ball's going to be at the 35. They're already set to go, getting the play call in. Three receivers to the far side, one to the near side. And Murphy gets the handoff. No, it's not Murphy. It is David Brittenfield.
Good run by Brittenfeld.
Brittenfeld, a junior, 5'10", 185. He's all that depth that West Catholic's got between Murphy, DeBrun, Connor Olszewski, and add Brittenfeld to the mix. They have a lot of depth at running back.
Well, and it's a warm night. Muggy.
Yep. Two receivers near, one in motion. That's Olszewski. He now comes back around, and it's a little bit of trickery here. Ball gets out. Handoff on a sweep. Enough for a first down goes Cole Bauer. Bauer was kind of a lot of dancing around before that for that sweep.
Well, he was able to elude, it would be tackle for a loss.
Right.
Able to turn it into positive yardage. The Lakers were not fooled by that reverse, but again, clock moves. First down for West.
First down for the Falcons.
This is everything Coach Grove and the offense wants to see right now.
Here's Wickstrom, handoff again to Brittenfeld. He fights for a couple and more. Boy, he came out of that pile and got himself 11 yards on that play, Andy. Just a strong run.
Yeah, it was Kyle Wright that was able to bring him down there, but I tell you, not after second and third effort. Looks like a little bit of help from one of his linemen as well.
Might have gotten a little shove getting out of the pile, yeah. Wickstrom back to pass, taking a look. He finds Carter Perry to the near side of the field. Carter Perry tiptoes up the field. Yeah, it looked like he stepped out at the 27, but he didn't. Getting the ball all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, nifty move there by Perry. He was able to scamper by two tacklers.
Well, he's a speedy guy and great footwork to keep himself in bounds.
Right.
9-10 on the clock, 26 West Catholic, 7 for the Lakers. West Catholic now inside the red zone. Snap to Wickstrom. Handoff goes to Charlie DeBruin. He gets about 2 yards on the play.
Hey, Lisa's in the booth.
Lisa Sachs joined us up in the booth. Hi, Lisa.
I should give Lisa the headset. Actually, I will. You want to talk, please? Oh, wow. I think people would like to hear you.
Do you have a contract? We'll have you.
Then they make funny faces.
Can't do any worse than Junior's been doing tonight. He's been off his game.
Here's Wickstrom. He's back to pass. Takes a look. Rolls his shoulder. Now a little bit of an out. Tried to get the safety to go deep. And then threw it to Carter Perry. It was just a little bit too much to handle.
Yeah, that was, so he did the fake to Perry to try to get the safety to bite on the out run. Safety didn't bite, so then he threw it back to Perry, who it just looked kind of funky. So
Mike Murphy back in at running back. Wickstrom out of the gun. Handoff goes to Murphy. He goes right up the middle. And he finds the end zone.
Murphy's running hard.
Oh, they're going to mark him down at the 1.
About the 2, it looks like, Joe.
Boy, that's just tough.
But one of the
great run there.
1, now they're at now it's at the 1. Okay.
Here comes that hurry up. Going to get right to the line of scrimmage.
First and goal.
And the handoff goes to Murphy, and he just follows his lineman in. Great move. They move that defensive front back. Mike Murphy. Custom clocking touchdown. Second one for him on the night, I believe.
Hard run.
Got a 2-yard run, yeah. So 8:19 to go in the fourth quarter. West Catholic scores its second touchdown of the half.
All right, Joe, let's keep our eye here on this extra point. West has missed a field goal and a couple extra points tonight, so looking for a clean exchange. Snaps good, holds down. Kick is up and good. Very nice by the
There we go.
crew that time. They're feeling better.
So 33-7 is your score.
I'd like you to take a look around tonight.
And we want to pay some bills here. Fox Pool is located on Alpine Avenue between 7 and 8 Mile Roads. Fox Pool is West Michigan's best source for both in-ground and above-ground pools, featuring a full-service showroom with chemicals, supplies, and accessories, featuring an annual open and closed service as well as repairs and installation. Fox Pools does it right. And since 1965, West End Body's been serving Grand Rapids when those days happen, and they sure do happen, because I'm going to have my car there here pretty quick. Because I had one of those days.
Really? What'd you do?
I'll have to tell you later.
How bad?
It wasn't my fault. Wasn't my fault. It's not bad. So if you've had a mishap with your vehicle, call West End Body, get everything fixed up. Working with all insurance companies, West End Body is your single source for collision repair. West End Body located at 1693 Leonard Northwest. Thank you for sponsoring our halftime show. It's nice to hear from Joe and Annabelle.
You wrecked one for Nemers.
I had somebody back into my car in the driveway.
License plate?
And it wasn't my wife.
It's like wreck one for me. I've seen you driving around, Chris.
Oh, mishandled kick here. And just falling on it. But again, there's that variety of kicks.
Yep.
Landon Smith does. And a hard-to-handle ball ends up being laid down at the 17-yard line. I mean, I know he had a little bit of trouble with some PATs here, but, you know, that's great to keep that ball inside the 20.
Yep, and hey, just as a heads up, too, I always like to do other team spotlights.
Yep.
So I know Landon's dad through soccer, through my kids. He sent me a quick write-up on the boys' soccer team this year. Started off the year really strong. I think they won a tournament. They were ranked 5 at one point, and then they're in the difficult OK Blue.
Yeah.
Unity Christian, Holland Christian, just great teams. But they've had a solid year so far, and they're getting close to the playoffs. So shout out to Coach Ryan.
Yep.
I know he does the boys program and the girls program he ran when Nicole was there. So outstanding coach and a great guy.
Good. And his son's a pretty darn good kicker of that brown thing.
According to Ryan, he gets it from mom. So there you go.
No gain on the play for the Lakers. They set up with their second down and 10 here. Ball spotted 19-yard line. We got movement on the Lakers. Actually, a timeout's been called by Coach Cody Mallory. So it gives us a chance to pay some more bills here. Melissa Homewood and the Lash Group of eXp Realty, they're national leaders in real estate. Melissa Homewood is your local expert when it comes to buying or selling your home in West Michigan. Melissa can orchestrate market watches, property searches, and home value assessments to make your buying or selling process as thorough as it can be. You can find Realtor Melissa Homewood on the web at melissahomewood.com. That's melissahomewood.com. Melissa Homewood, the Lash Group, and eXp Realty, your real estate done right. And by Shaner Avenue Nursery. Hey, fall is the perfect time to create the beautiful landscape you've been wanting around your home. Shaner Avenue Nursery is the team you need to make this project a reality. Kristen Perez, a proud West Catholic parent from Shaner Avenue Nursery, will meet and design the look you want to make your home the envy of the neighborhood. Just contact her, Shaner Avenue Nursery, and Kristen Perez at 616-293-7228. Here's Grimmer under center. Pitch goes out to number 1, Depp House. Depp House Meets a load of Falcons about 3 yards into that run.
Yeah, hey, Joe, new sponsor for tonight that was called in.
Oh.
So this is a good one. It's if you want your locks to look like Uncle Silver Fox, Brill cream, a little that'll do ya. There you go. Oh, there's your whole sponsor.
Hey, man, I mean, I was blonde, and now I'm ultra blonde. Or uber blonde.
So for all you big listeners out there, I think we're probably at 23 people listening at this point. Junior's nickname is Silver Fox.
Yeah, Uncle Silver Fox is what my nieces and nephews call me. I blush every time that is. Here's Grimmer on a rollout, the near side, flag on the play. He has that ball intended for number 22, Devin DePasty.
We'll see what the call is,
what
Joe.
this flag is,
It might be a hold, but we'll see.
Hold offense. The penalty is declined. First and
Move the sticks or move the down box.
The down marker is going to end up being 4th down now, 4th and 8. And that's going to force Spring Lake into a punt after that penalty was declined, that holding call. Back to receive for the Falcons, Nolan Reinhardt.
I'm sure Reinhardt's ready to gobble this thing up and get a nice return.
Yeah, he is. Low liner of a kick. Takes one bounce, now 2. Reinhardt's got it at the 40. He's up to the 50s, across the 50 to the 40, and next knocks out of bounds. Bleh. At the 38-yard line.
Great return by Reinhardt. He fielded a bumbling, knuckleballer. I mean, it's a great punt, and that's what Spring Lake's punter, similar to what Smith has been doing, mixes it up. He's got the low knucklers, he's got the high ones, and that definitely confuses the return team. But you saw Reinhardt just gobble that thing up and make a couple of nice moves, and then deliver a blow there at the end. So he's playing really hard here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and coming off of the success he had last week, 90 and 93-yard kick returns for touchdowns. I'm sure you kind of want to do it every time, right?
Hey, new quarterback, Joe.
Hey, new quarterback. Augustin's in. Handoff goes to Brittenfeld. Good to see Grady Augustin in there. Took a little bit of a hit. Had to sit out last week. Capable sophomore doing this fifth quarter stuff. Sizable kid, 6 foot, 180 pounds. And he throws a nice ball. So Augustin in the shotgun. And he's got Connor Olszewski. Hands it off to him on a little bit of a jet sweep. He's going to bring that down to the 26-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Yep. West looking to keep the clock moving.
Substitutions in the game. Sam Richmond comes in along with Hunter Price. Big lineman. Great size for West Catholic this season. Not as big as Coopersville. Should have seen those guys, Andy.
I remember I saw the article in the paper.
I think they averaged about 290 across. Oh, here's Brittenfeld. Nice run.
Nice hold.
Needed 2. Got himself 7. Gets it down to the 21-yard line and a first down for West. Clock's winding down. 5 minutes to go now in the ball game. West Catholic leading Spring Lake 33-7. So somebody's going to go home here with a loss.
Somebody's going to go home $500 richer.
I don't know if nobody texted us with a 50-50
or not?
Anybody?
We did.
Bueller?
Maybe we have them redraw.
Here's a handoff again. Brittenfeld picks up about 3 on the play. And taking a look around, we could have a West Catholic at 5-0. We take a look here and see how Allendale's doing. They're 46-7 at half on Fruitport. We're going to have 2 5-0 teams against each other. we're on. Here's Augustine. Takes the snap out of the gun. Another handoff to Brittenfield, and he's running. Oh, boy, he gets yanked down. A little bit of a horse collar there.
David Brittenfeld. And on staff, the Lakers, 21, Michael Brandt. Along with 22.
Michael Brandt on the tackle.
3:42, Joe. Clock ticking. Falcons with the ball in no hurry.
Yeah, this one's going to wrap up fairly quickly. Hey, Dubin Attorneys at Law with offices inside the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel. Dubin specializes in business transactions, mergers, acquisitions, real estate, and estate planning. True West Catholic family of students, coaches, boosters, and volunteers. Let Dubin Duba help with all your legal needs. Brittenfeld again. Boy, he almost went down and spun off of the pile. And that's going to bring up fourth down, gain of about 3. Fourth down and 2. A long 2, Andy.
Fourth and 2.
Hey, if you need to repair or replace your roof, choose Moore & Sons Roofing, where you don't get a great roof, you get a great roofing experience. The quality and craftsmanship that they invest into every roof is second to none in the industry. So for all your roofing needs, choose Moore & Sons Roofing. They're an Owens Corning certified contractor.
Hey, they did my roof and they did my shed this year, too.
Man, Ed Moore's an awesome guy. Here's Augustine out of the gun. Pitches off. Brittenfeld, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage.
That'll be a turnover on downs.
It will be a turnover on downs.
The
And
Lakers
Spring Lake's gonna get
defense stiffens and gets the ball back. Credit the Lakers for playing hard, finishing it out, stopping West Catholic there and getting the ball back for their offense. Certainly they want to try to put some points on the board here. Plenty of time for them. 2 minutes. 19 seconds. We'll see what they come out with.
See if they've left their starting crew in. It looks like we got a new quarterback. That looks to be Landon O'Donnell. And he's a sophomore. Another big kid out there. Sophomore quarterback. So we're starting to get into the depth guys and getting them some experience here. Playing at the varsity level, the sophomore. Grimmer, still a junior. This is his second year as a starter. He's got one more.
Right.
You take a look down the sheet. There's a number of.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Lakers
they're a young team.
Yeah, and they're 4-0. They're going to move to 4-1. But hey, a lot to play for.
Right.
They're coming into West Catholic. West was the number 1 in the state. Good showing, and big things for the Lakers the rest of the year, no doubt about it.
And here's Gabe Trask. Trask takes the handoff. He's a junior. Somebody's birthday.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a 3rd and 4.
Hey, shout out to Buzz Ray from Florida.
Buzz listening?
He sent me a text.
Awesome.
Mom sent us a text.
Yeah.
She's listening, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if she hung up now.
Right.
She sent a thing at quarter after 7. Said we were off the air, but I think we're back on. So
yeah.
Not this whole thing's been for naught for 2 hours.
O'Donnell with the handoff to Daryl Lawrence. He picks up about 3 or 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring a 4th and 3 up for the Lakers. We're at 35 seconds and counting here to the end of the game. West Catholic's got their depth guys in. Everybody getting some experience.
Hey, another shout out to Leo and Pat Rash. They're watching at home out there at the Apple Farm. They said they want to hear more of me and less of you as well.
That seems to be an overriding theme tonight.
Well, it's Nielsen.
O'Donnell, handoff goes to, I think, Lawrence, and that's going to do it for the game tonight. 9 seconds. Wait, let's see. Yeah, they're going to let it count down. West Catholic takes over on downs. and they need to play another down.
Final score.
Coach, you need to play another down.
No, the refs are saying wind the clock.
Oh, they're saying to wind it. There we go.
Let's get it over.
So West Catholic, big win, 33-7 over the Lakers. 2 4-0 teams in the OK Blue meeting tonight. West Catholic coming out on top. Great performance by the Falcons. They are now 5-0, and they're going to play Allendale next week, who seemed to be winning last night pretty handily. So that's going to bring up 2 5-0 teams in the OK Blue. A lot of depth in the Blue. It's probably the deepest division in the OK Conference, and West Catholic a standout here tonight. Little methodical.
Been a lot of exciting football. I mean, I'll tell you what,
And a lot of adjustments. I think we saw a lot of adjustments being made. Cody Mallory's a fine coach,
Sure.
And he had the Lakers doing things that he wanted to, and he calmed the game down quite a bit in that second quarter and did a nice job. We see the two teams at midfield shaking hands, coaches getting together. Spring Lake's going to make some noise through the rest of their season here, that's for sure, but they ran into a gauntlet here at home at West Catholic Falcon Stadium, and they experienced their first loss of the year.
Yep, I tell you, Joe, once again, I think you hit the nail on the head with the OK Blue being as tough as it is every year, it seems like.
It seems that way.
And, Allendale, they got a great program. They're going to be hosting West. They're going to be all fired up for that game.
Yeah.
Tough environment to play. But, it's how it is. One game at a time. You're going to go on to that'll be week 6.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know. This is week 5. We're at the midway point in a nine-game regular season, and hey, we've had great weather. The kids are healthy, and that's a big thing. We play, and the Falcons are 5-0, and right where they feel they should be. Landon Grove doing a great job. Darren Smith, defensive coordinator, as always, putting together a great scheme, holding the Lakers to 1 touchdown on a long drive in the second quarter. And we're going to get Steve Grooms over here, and we're going to review the stats for tonight, see what the numbers look like. But the only number that matters tonight is on the scoreboard. Falcons 33, Lakers 7. Hey, I want to thank you, Andy, for filling in for Tom. Although you are our third choice, you did a really nice job.
Well, you told me earlier I was the 4th choice,
Oh, no,
who fell out?
All right.
I was trying to get people down there as I was at the concession stand to come up and fill in. Nobody wanted to.
No, nobody wants to. You can't even give it away.
I'm still waiting to get paid for the 4 games I did back in 2020.
Excuse me. Well, let's take a look here. Have a seat. Let's get a post-game show going. There we go. Hey, there we are again. Good to see you, man. Thanks for showing up in the second half.
I'm on the camera so much with work, so it doesn't even faze me.
I know, it's just like a Zoom call for you, isn't it?
Well, and it just, it kind of messes with your eyes a little bit, but we're all good. I like the WC flag.
Isn't that nice?
You guys are really
athletic department and said, you guys need some behind you. So they said, here's a flag. It's still got all the creases in it.
Yeah.
It still hasn't. We should iron it.
I think we still have one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I do actually at home.
There
I would
you
have
go.
donated it to you, but you guys didn't call. But no, it's great being here. This is a lot of fun. I know a lot of people enjoy the broadcast. It's good to fill in with you and Tom. I enjoy it when I do it with Tom. We have I try to loosen
You
Tom
enjoy
up
it
a little
more
bit
with
too.
Tom.
It's more of a comedy act with you, and I had material ready. The only material I practice and research, you're doing all your stats. I'm trying to figure out the one-line zingers I can bring out. So, again, but always a lot of fun. And you know what? This is great to see.
Yeah.
I mean, our last daughter, Nicole, she graduated in 2020. We always try to come to maybe a game or two. I don't know if we were here last year or not, but it just looks great. Beautiful. All the baseball field and everything. Softball.
Did you see the tennis courts? They're amazing.
I haven't seen them. I've driven by, saw everything, but I've never actually seen them.
Soccer field over here where the convent used to be. I
know about all that, but then the scoreboards, very impressive, and the sound system to hear the officials on the calls. So really, just great stuff. And as always, the grass field looks beautiful.
Right.
And I always remember coming here with, I've shared, some of my kids were soccer players. It was always interesting. Some of the teams we played really liked the grass field, and some didn't. But I think it's a really neat thing to play on grass, and it looks beautiful. So credit to everybody.
Yeah, as many fields have gone to turf now to come to a really, really nice grass field like this. It's quite an advantage. You look at Notre Dame, always draw that comparison and how Notre Dame used to grow their grass when a fast team would come in, like
but I think
USC.
I think they're in turf now. I think
they are too.
But this looks great.
But it used to be a big advantage.
Yep, super job. I'm sure you had a nice interview with Jill, and it's really good. Really
so let's take a look here. West Catholic finishing with 436 yards of total offense. 223 yards of rushing on 40 attempts. They averaged 5.6 and had 3 touchdowns on the ground. 20 first downs for them on the ground. Charlie DeBruin, 16 rushes, 100 yards for him and a touchdown. We look down the field here. Connor Olszewski had 4 carries for 35. Alec Wickstrom calling his own number 3 times for 13 yards. David Brittenfeld did a nice job here late in the game, 9 carries for 42. And Mike Murphy, he carries a lot of weight and it does some heavy lifting on the field, both offensively and defensively. 6 carries for 35 yards and 2 scores for him tonight. Through the air, Alec Wickstrom doing his thing, 10 of 14 for 213 yards and 2 scores for them. Those scores going to Charlie DeBruin on that nice little short little fade to the near side here. He had 3 catches for 47 and that touchdown. Cole Bowers, 1 catch for 40 yards and his touchdown. That was in the first half. Carter Perry, 3 catches for 64. Ryder Snow, 2 catches for 35, and Ethan Stoner with 1 catch for 27. 10 of 14 gives you 213 yards and 2 touchdowns, making up the difference. 223 on the ground, 213, pretty balanced through the air, and 436 yards of total offense for West Catholic.
So big stat, Joe, you didn't go over there when you're talking about the QB. What's that nice 0?
That big 0, that's the interceptions.
Right.
And we just don't want to talk about it. It's like shanking a wedge.
But what did we talk about? What did we talk about pre-game? Efficiency.
Yes.
I watched him throw the ball away a couple of times, literally.
Right.
So I think that's huge, and you've got a quarterback that will do that.
Experience.
So credit to Wickstrom doing that. I mean, that's very nice. So
real nice job for West. Take a look over at the Spring Lake side. They had 127 yards of total offense, and just not a whole lot happened in the second half for them. Their defense was a little bit better early on, but 63 yards on the ground on 32 attempts. That's an average of 2 yards a touch, and that 1 touchdown. Through the air, 6 of 10 for 64 yards. 2 interceptions and a fumble, all happening in the first half for them. Rushing-wise, 39 yards on 10 carries for Sam Shaper, number 15, and we hope he's okay. Kind of went off hobbling in the second half. Reed Grimmer, 7 rushes for 3 yards. Ren Depphaus, 4 rushes for 6. Boy, these are just stingy numbers for the West Catholic defense.
Right. Well, Grimmer took, he managed their offense well. I mean, a couple of tough picks, but again, he was under pressure all night. He took some pretty good shots. Tough kid, always got up, and like you mentioned, first half was taking a shot, then would go and talk to coach, and then come back to the play, and so very impressed with him, his stamina, his toughness, and again, you can see why they came in 4-0 with a quarterback like that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Ooh. Daryl Lawrence, 6 carries for 5 yards, and that makes up their 63 yards of rushing through the air. Reed Timmer, 6 of 10 for 64 yards. He had the 2 interceptions. Jackson Lemon came up big tonight for them, 3 catches for 53 yards. Ren Depphaus, 2 catches for only 3 yards. Bryce Collins, 1 catch for 8. For just a stingy night for them. 64 yards overall. 63 yards, balanced offense, right? 1 yard difference, but 127 yards, a little bit paltry for a 4-0 team. But then again, man, they're facing a West Catholic defense that was just tough as nails tonight. Anyways, our final once again here is West Catholic 33 and Spring Lake 7. West Catholic goes to Allendale. Here, hold that. West Catholic.
I just had some popcorn while you're going through all your stats.
Yeah, that's good stuff. West Catholic goes to Allendale next week. And let's see, Spring Lake. Boy, I don't have who they play.
All right, see you next week, man. I'm doing the freshman.
I think they play Unity.
Sure.
Anyways, big game again next week at Allendale. We take a look around the OK Blue last week, and here's the danger thing. Quarterback Tyler Starks for Allendale.
Right.
489 yards of total offense last week, and that was against Hamilton. 8 touchdowns total, 7 of them on the ground. Okay, this is tied for number 3 in state history with, I don't know, about a half a dozen other guys.
You bet.
327 yards on 22 carries, and 5 of 9 passing and 1 touchdown. That's an amazing game that he played last week. We'll have to take a look at his numbers. We'll see those, and we'll cover those in the pregame show next week. But Allendale's a formidable opponent, and they're ready to face West, I got to believe.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Joe. And they're always good. You know, they're going to have a big team, so they'll be able to play a lot of kids. And the way the weather sounds like, we're kind of in a nice warming trend, which is great.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there'll be a big crowd. But again, you know, you'll have to make sure you rotate the players in and out. And that's where I think West has an advantage with the running backs. And we saw it tonight, you know, going 4 deep and different styles too. DeBrune to, you know, watching Murphy run. I mean, just running people over.
Yeah, bruising.
So I mean, it's and then you've got a seasoned quarterback that really doesn't make mistakes. So I mean, it's tough to stop, but again, it only gets tougher. Going to Allendale is going to be hard, and I'm sure Coach will be getting the kids ready, and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, we want to thank everyone for joining us here. West Catholic, the victory tonight over Spring Lake, 2 4-0 teams in the OK Blue. West Catholic moves to 5-0, and Spring Lake moves to 4-1. Join us next week from Allendale High School. I'll have Tom Mikowski back with me. Andy, thank you for joining us here. I want to thank our sponsors quickly: Fox Pools, West End Body, Melissa Homewood, and EXP Realty, Shaner Avenue Nursery, Dubin Duba Attorneys at Law, Moore & Sons Roofing, Custom Caulking. There's caulk all over the field, man. Tell you what, custom caulking touchdowns. Padgett Business Services, Frank's Market, and, of course, your Falcon Touchdown Club. And 6:30 next Friday, we'll be there. Hope you'll join us. And, again, wrapping this one up, West Catholic 33 and Spring Lake 7. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Andy, appreciate everything. And have a good night and a great weekend, everyone. Go Blue.
All righty, fellas.
Thanks, Steve.